on May the 19th. There'll be a special encore on May the 22nd. But I want to know, you know.
Hey, everybody, hello. All right. Let me check these microphones. Make sure everything works all right. Am I coming in loud and clear? What did you do to yourself? Did you poke yourself in the eye?
All of a sudden, I feel like I have a contact in my eye, but I don't wear contacts.
Oh.
I feel like I have an eyelash in my eyeball. Help me!
All right.
Help me!
Off to a great start. Yeah, in fact, Lern's the one right before the mics went on. Hey, guys, let's have a great show today.
Yeah. And you're like, let's get this over with.
Well, let's get through this. No, we have so much stuff to talk about today.
Like what?
I mean, it's National Pasta Day, for God's sakes.
I'm surprised you're not off.
Oh, my goodness.
I
You didn't take it off this year.
Well,
Wow.
and as somebody would avow at the end of their last name, Hubbard gives me the right and the choice
Yes.
to take the day off on National Pasta Day. I choose to be here
So brave.
because St. Louis needs me.
Yep.
St. Louis needs me more than ever, I think.
Someone's brave.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
And thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
So brave to come in today. I know.
You didn't
I
have
know.
to, but here you are.
Truly selfless.
I know. Thank you, guys. Thank you. No, we'll get to, there's a ton of food news to get to. There's a ton of things that we need to know and some stuff we shouldn't know.
I'm excited.
That's right. Some stuff we need to know and some stuff better left unsaid. But we're going to say it, of course.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
Of course, we're going to say it, and we're going to ruin things.
Yep.
Soda machines, going to ruin them.
Bacteria.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I already know. I already know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Think about the lip of your cup touching the other lips of other cups that have touched the
No,
soda
it's not
fountain.
even that. It's like how often do they clean the nozzles? And
Oh, yeah.
let's not even talk about the ice.
Don't even
the
get me
ice.
started
No,
on
those-
ice.
Oh, don't get me started on ice.
The old dough buckets and
Oh, the old ice.
Working at a bar and knowing what you know about the ice. You know?
Yeah, I try
How-
not to do the ice anymore, except
Should we just
for,
jump into it? Should
Yeah,
we just go?
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
just
Everybody's
Jump
day.
right into it.
except for the rabbit poop ice. Which, by the way, if I ever won I won't win the lottery because I don't play the lottery. If one of my friends ever won the lottery and decided to do the right thing and give me a large amount of cash suddenly, first thing I'm buying is one of them ice machines that makes a little rabbit poop ice.
Sonic ice?
Like Lion's Choice.
Oh,
Is that?
Lions- yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think Sonic does it too.
I don't need
Yeah.
Sonic. Haven't since October 6th, 2003.
Okay.
The incident.
20 years ago.
We have ice trays at home to make it, dude. You don't have to be rich.
Oh.
I might
Like
have
the
to be rich.
little.
Tina bought these little ice trays. They're like spherical and tiny, and she puts them in, and she
trays.
puts them in a little container.
Trays equals effort. I don't want that.
Oh, you lost. He lost the recipe.
I want the machine that just makes the rabbit poop ice, and I
Okay.
will clean it. It's gotta cost
It
it.
seems like more effort than filling a tray.
Well, yeah. In the pocket department. That's why I'm not going to get it until a friend wins the lottery.
yeah.
But I
You have
think
someone
about it-
come over and clean it every once in a while, and they maintenance it. and-
Every time I'm inside a Lion's Choice and I get that little rabbit poop ice, I'm just like, man, this is luxury. This is living.
It's the best ice to crunch down on your molars.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's
great.
chewable ice. That's
is.
it. And our parents were always telling us, don't chew ice.
Don't chew ice.
You're going to chip a tooth, and somehow it's going to be very, very bad if you chew ice. Remember that?
Yeah.
My
Your mom
brother
did
ate
that too?
rabbit poop one time.
Like actual rabbit poop.
Yeah.
Bummer.
It does look like
Me and an older girl in the
six
neighborhood told both of our younger brothers that rabbit turds out of her little rabbit pen were M&Ms where the candy shells melted off.
Oh,
And they went all in, dude.
Oh,
Both
a
of them.
handful.
Oh, both of them. All
A
in.
handful, like
Like a kid's handful, but still like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 pellets.
Nice.
Did
How'd
you
it
notice
go?
how squishy the turds
Always felt
were?
bad about that. I didn't think they'd do it, you know.
I like how this show is just, especially this first hour, is just us airing out the shame in our lives sometimes.
And there's a lot of it.
And there's a lot.
Never-ending supply shame.
Listen, not a perfect person.
So, those aren't candy pieces?
No.
Scott.
No.
don't
Did
you?
they describe the
I'll quit
taste?
That. That's weird.
They cried a lot.
They spit it out right away.
Yeah, they spit it out right away, and
This is not chocolate.
Does it taste like M&M's?
Oh, dear.
These are spoiled.
then it was the whole like trying to talk them out of telling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
That
hard
whole
part.
process as a kid of like, no, you're fine. You're fine. It's a joke. You're fine.
Oh, yeah. Telling your younger brother, like, it's fine. Don't tell mom.
Is that how the ice is at Sonic? I never knew that.
Yeah, man.
I think I knew that.
You can buy it by the bag at Sonic too.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh yeah,
What?
my mother-in-law
Whoa.
does it all the
Really?
time.
Huh.
Yeah.
If
How
This
long does it
party?
keep on a shelf?
Look out if you know what I'm saying.
Well, it keeps at her house in the freezer, not on
Oh,
the shelf
okay.
for a long time. Back to you.
Excellent. All right, so new study, researchers find deadly superbug bacteria in soda fountains.
Superbug.
Bug bacteria.
Superbug.
Look at coliform bacteria. coliform bacteria. So a study found that 41% of water from soda dispensers contained coliform bacteria.
Okay.
And then you got your listeria, you got your salmonella, you got your E. coli.
Ooh, this is like Tic Tac bacteria looking like.
Coliform bacteria. I'm looking at a picture of it.
It looks like a snake.
Well,
It
Like a dragon that wants to
doesn't
Looks
bite
like a
you.
turd snake.
Doesn't look like anything I want.
I mean, does it taste good though?
What does it do to you?
Diarrhea. I bet.
Oh, everything causes diarrhea.
Well, it does. It's like the norovirus. Right?
Everything causes diarrhea.
It's a fountain maker.
Yes, from the fountain. Mm-hmm. So the study was performed by Loma Linda University in California. Researchers only tested fountains, for, I guess, near the campus.
Yeah.
And they said, we cannot say that soda fountain contamination is only in the eastern Coachella Valley. So this is
Everywhere?
probably something that's everywhere.
Yeah.
A microbiologist at Michigan State said it's a concern that they found these pathogens. It's clear that indicated that we need to be cleaner. We just don't know how big this threat is. Okay, so
it comes with the
diarrhea,
standard,
which
comes
could
with your
be
standard diarrhea, watery or bloody.
Oh.
Abdominal cramps and pain, a little vomiting and nausea, fever and fatigue, and of course, the loss of appetite and weakness.
man.
The worst.
There you go. Enjoy.
Gaseous distension and headache can also follow, as well as urinary tract infections and typhoid fever.
Now, typhoid fever.
Wow.
Man, I don't want that.
You know, I'm just not
It's
going.
all coming from the soda fountain.
Not leaving my house anymore.
Enjoy. Enjoy. Oh, so you're not going to leave your house?
No. I'm not.
Maybe
hey,
you
hey.
get food delivered to you, right?
Let's hear about this.
Let's here we go.
Before you move on,
Not eating anymore.
before you move on, coliform bacteria are mostly harmless.
Until ...
Until it's not.
Well, yeah, until it's
Until
in
it
your
hits
soda.
your bowels, and then it's
Until it mixes
then
with
it's go time.
Coca-Cola.
And then it's go time. Yeah, listen, when I was in the service, McDonald's,
Yeah.
there wasn't the self-serve soda machines.
Right. It's better time. Lesser
A
hands.
little control. We had a
Yeah.
little control over everything. At McDonald's now, is it self-serve? Is it self-serve soda?
Well,
or
it
do they
is.
still control?
It is self-serve, but remember they're going away with that, right? Didn't we
Yeah,
have that
it's-
story? not too
Yes.
long
Yeah,
ago?
and we just went to a place. Where was it that had a sign that said everything was going to be? What were they taking away? It was maybe Panera.
We just can't be.
Yeah.
Panera self-serve.
Yes.
I don't think we can be trusted.
Clearly
We can't be
not.
trusted. We cannot be trusted as people to
Right.
keep things clean. Because there are some animals out there that ruin it for everybody.
Are you going to the theater for this story?
No, I'm going to talk about the GrubHub driver that was caught eating
Oh, okay.
customers' food.
I got it.
Oh, there's something from a movie theater?
Yeah, dude. So my daughter went to the Taylor Swift film this last weekend.
Yeah.
And she came home. She came home with like a bucket, like a Taylor Swift bucket, like a popcorn bucket. I don't know what it cost, but and then a plastic cup that was Taylor Swift, and the plastic cup was like $15.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Collectors.
$15. So
Right.
I didn't even want to ask her how much the popcorn thing was. And she's got her own money, and she, whatever. So she came home with all the goods. And then as soon as she shows me this stuff, and I was like, "Isn't this awesome?" I was like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's a plastic cup. It's I think that's cool." I saw this viral TikTok or something like that going around of a gal who was going into theaters, and she was like, "I'm not paying $15 for a plastic cup." And she would go down into the trash cans, got the Taylor Swift cup, washed it off in the bathroom, and went and filled it up in the soda machine.
Ugh.
And my son hears me telling my daughter that and goes, "Yeah, I'd do that too."
Oh, he would?
What?
Oh.
Are you serious? And he goes, "Well, yeah, if you washed it out really good with the soap. I mean,
Yeah.
you're trusting
I'm
yourself
sure
to
it's
wash your
fine.
hands with that."
Right. You don't drink out of it until you run it through the dishwasher.
I'm
Come on, man.
sure it's fine.
And that's what I said. I said
But
I'd take
I wouldn't
it
do
home.
it.
No, I wouldn't do it either. But like, if you're gonna do it right. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like running through the dishwasher.
Yeah.
But it made me
On a
think.
I think you
And
got to
don't
do it
tell
right where you
anybody
run
what
the
you-
risk. You just fill it up immediately.
It made me think, man. I mean, soda machines are nastier than I ever
Nasty.
gave them credit for.
Nasty. So, are you somebody that DoorDashes and GrubHubs often?
No, not often. Randomly, sometimes.
Rafe, you guys DoorDash or GrubHub or Uber
We do,
Eats?
not as often as we used to, but we do.
Yeah. In the back of your head, do you ever think, I don't know, from the time it leaves the restaurant to the time it gets to my front door, do you ever think, what's going on?
Oh,
Every
all the
time.
time.
What's going on in the car?
Is the
Every
car?
time.
Do they just have their dogs in there? What's going on?
Did they eat a fry? What's happening?
What's going on?
And have you guys seen the movie Dumb Money yet? Mm-mm. Well, Pete Davidson's character, I won't get into too much. So let's just say after you see that film, you're going to say, I'm good. I can pick it up myself.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I do like when the stores put the seal on the bag.
Yeah. Like tape it up.
Like there's like they put like a red piece of,
Yeah,
I think
but
Chipotle does it.
hardly any of them do that anymore. They used to all do it. I mean, especially during
They
2020.
used to, they used to all do it.
Now half of the ones that we get, and we don't get it too often, they're not sealing that bag at all.
I feel like mine is sealed more often than not still.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just where I'm ordering from. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Like, so what do you GrubHub or, I'm sorry, is there even GrubHub in this area?
There is.
There-
I
yeah.
think it got bought. One of them bought the other. Either GrubHub, Uber Eats bought GrubHub, or what's the other one?
Is DoorDash,
Maybe DoorDash and GrubHub
Uber
merged.
Eats. I don't know if there's GrubHub. Well, a DoorDash type of company. So what do you DoorDash the most?
Sometimes, oh man, that's a good question. Sometimes on Sundays, if me and Tina are feeling lazy and just want to hang out, I'll DoorDash some Einstein's bagels to the house
All right.
That sounds yummy.
because we just I don't want to go stand in line, but that's a nice little
I've never.
at-home brunch treat.
Yeah, because bagels are bagels and they don't need to be hot.
Oh,
Or you do like a breakfast sandwich.
breakfast sandwich, dude.
I thought maybe you DoorDash.
No. They
like
got
a dozen bagels or something.
No, Einstein's Bagels has some like breakfast sandwiches that are off the hook.
Oh yeah, no. Is it close enough where they still
Hot.
hot?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Nice.
And if we get anything to my house, it's warm, if not room temperature. Nothing comes to my house hot. Nothing. Every time we DoorDash something to the house, it sucks. And I don't know why.
Every time?
Every time.
Well, yeah, you really got to pick and choose. What you do.
Every time.
And think about the distance. And now, remember,
Just look at my Uber Eats
on DoorDash,
history.
you got to pay extra to make sure it gets to your house first. Otherwise,
Oh yeah,
you're subject
I'll
to
pay
them.
the extra $3.
Are
to
you
get
kidding me?
Otherwise, you're
Oh,
subject to
so
them picking
funny.
up 3 or 4 different orders.
Yeah, I'll pay the extra $3 to expedite my order.
I mean, if you do something like fries, you're setting yourself up.
Now
for
the kids will do
disappointment.
like Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, and I'm like, all right, let me get a Chipotle too. And I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, we used to do
This
mission.
sucks every time. It
We
sucks.
used to do mission taco. a
Chipotle
lot.
sucks as it is. Let's be honest.
Are you dying on this hill right now? Chipotle sucks.
Wow.
It's not great.
Why?
You don't
It's
like it?
overhyped.
You don't like a burrito?
Well, burritos in general are overhyped.
It's
So-
overhyped.
as are
Let's
tacos.
be honest. It's an overhyped thing.
I don't know. Sometimes
It's
I want to
okay.
go to. Sometimes I'm like, I'm feeling Chipotle.
It's
I want
okay.
a stuffed,
Yeah. See, I
wrap.
I boycotted it for a while. I used to eat it all the time, and then I was out in California whenever all the stuff was going down with it, where everyone was getting sick all the time. So I started boycotting it in my heart and wouldn't go there. And so, anyways, Qdoba's around, man. You don't have to go there. You go to Qdoba,
It's the
and it is
same thing.
legit.
I know. I look at those.
Qdoba's
It's the
yummy.
same.
It's the same. What do you
No,
mean
it's
yummy?
good.
It's the same
fresh.
thing.
It's yummy. It's real
It's the
food.
same thing. It's
Yeah.
not just with a different
Gross
name.
stuff.
I feel like Chipotle's a little leveled up of Qdoba, though. No hate. I'll eat them both, but I'm just saying it's a little
Okay,
fancy.
There's
it doesn't
something weird
suck.
with it. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't suck. It's way overrated.
It's a little fancier.
They got a little bit more vegetarian.
And they don't have to do the rice.
Not that you care, but they have like fake meat options, which I like. Back to you.
What do you get? You get a burrito. Or you get one of them salads, like the bowls.
I get a burrito
Sometimes the bowls hit
with
the
the
spot.
I don't get it.
carvasas or whatever it is that go in it.
Tina loves it, and I don't get it.
I do the
It's
bowl.
fine. It's the Subway of Mexican food.
Oh, speaking of that,
That's all it is.
your boy had Jimmy John's the other day. I ate one of them.
You float on the bread?
One of them boat buoy things.
Yeah, made a wrap.
Oh man,
I will die on that hill.
my kids
That
love
sounds
that
good.
crap, and I
Bread
was
is,
like, you know
again,
what? I'll
overrated.
give it a
Jimmy
go.
John's army is behind me, by the way. Every time I go, they're like, "Thanks for talking about us on the Rizz Show."
Yo, I'm telling you, I just don't. I'm not susceptible
good.
to whatever the thing is. I don't have that gene that
You
makes
don't
it
like
taste
the beach
good.
club. You're not part of the beach club. Get
Beach
out.
Club is so good.
Dude, that's where it's at.
Anyway, back to GrubHub. So this is out of Long Beach, California. GrubHub driver goes to this place called Mexihana's Hibachi Grill,
Nice.
which looks pretty good, actually. And the owner, I guess, was looking at the surveillance camera in the parking lot. He sees the GrubHub driver in the parking lot eating the customer's food.
Well,
You sure it was his and he didn't just get some extra fries?
So he goes outside. He goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And the GrubHub driver goes, "Oh, this is my lunch." And he said, "I'm sorry. If that's your food, I'm very, very sorry." And then he goes in and go check. And no, it was somebody's order. Like it was somebody's order this guy was meant to deliver.
wow.
And he could the owner of this company like called the customer like 15 times before they picked up the phone. Like, "Hey, you're gonna get a delivery. Don't eat it.
Wow, that guy's
Don't
a
eat
hero.
it." Yeah, he went above and beyond.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's like throw the food away.
I always think that when those guys or gals quit, the day that they quit, I'm sure they're eating a free lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
hell
here-
yeah, you are.
You got a
Here's
free
the-
lunch that day. I'm
here's
quitting that.
the guy talking about it.
I noticed that he was untying the bag and started chowing down on the food. GrubHub hits us back and says, "Hey, you know what? This customer didn't get enough shrimp, or this customer didn't get his fried rice, or this customer didn't get his garlic noodles." Well, of course, your drivers are buffeting on their food.
Wow.
Buffing on their food.
Yeah. So what happens is
Did he have a seal?
well, the owner says that he wound up remaking the customer's food and delivering it himself.
Wow.
Like got in the car, deliver it.
This guy's
but,
awesome.
you know, some of these drivers are apparently eating whatever. The customer's getting the bag and going, I'm missing something.
And then they contact.
And they would contact the restaurant, and then they got to remake. And it cost the restaurant's money.
Man.
Yeah. It's a loophole. Criminal loophole.
I don't know, just a mind F of somebody just handling your food. Just a random person from an app.
Yeah.
I feel
Are you
bad.
still ordering
I
from
feel
apps?
I'm probably still going to order.
I feel bad for the industry in general because now this is an additional part of the business that they didn't that restaurant owners like didn't sign up for, but have to do. It's like a necessary evil because, and I'm not saying it's evil because I like it. I like the fact that I can get all this food delivered. I really like the fact that it's creating jobs. I like it. I really
you
do.
may skip over a restaurant because they don't offer it.
And if you look at the stats, it's like some of these places that had 60, 70% in restaurant dining, on-site dining, they're down to like 8%. 8%. A lot of these places that you see, you go by them, they're empty. They're empty because they don't have to staff in there.
Well, I think the new model for Taco Bell is when they build new restaurants, they're not even putting dining rooms in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like 90+%
Yeah, because if you go to Qdoba,
of dine out.
you're standing there in line, and they're sitting there just also making a ton of, it looks like, just ghost plates, just endless plates, putting them in bags, setting them on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, business is good. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
that's what they have
That's
to
pretty
do.
wild.
But now they're at the mercy of some of the, a delivery driver that's eating the mustacholi in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
but how is this any different from delivery services before all of this?
But because you were
Because
the
they
one
would be
hiring.
employed by the restaurant.
Yeah, because
But
you were the
still.
one hiring.
I don't know, but the people are still shady even
You
if
saw
they
that in
work
the
at the
movie.
Of course,
restaurant.
people
you
are-
know?
Pizza.
People are shady in any, or
Right.
there's potential for
Potential
shadiness.
shadiness.
In any, but at least if I'm, Rizz's Pizza, I'm hiring
Right.
my own delivery
two
drivers.
things. Now he has more recourse and control when he's the one that's hiring him. But also, if it's Rizz's Pizza, he knows he's getting into an industry with delivery. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of these folks are hanging on, doing delivery that didn't sign up for it
Right.
initially.
I do curbside more than anything else. Like besides going in and actually eating somewhere. Like doing delivery is very rare for me. But curbside,
I just don't like.
do it.
I don't like warm food.
You don't like warm food? You want hot food?
I want hot food.
Yeah.
I don't want room temperature to warm food.
The convenience is pretty dope, though.
It is.
Then methinks delivery is not for you.
And it's not. And it's not.
The queen must dine
The
in.
queen must have hot food. We'll be dining in tonight.
Dang it.
How many people have worked at McDonald's?
Just the one
Ever?
in this room.
How many people have worked at McDonald's?
Half
You
the
want
people.
here or ever?
Only one of us here? Anybody else in the service?
I
I mean,
Technically.
I was close. Mine was
King
CC's.
Scott did technically. He did a McDonald's commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
So
but
there we
that
go.
doesn't count. I'm
Just
talking
you.
in the restaurant.
No.
I
In
think
a McDonald's.
50% of people though have. worked.
That's a lot. It's actually one in every 8 people have worked at
Oh,
McDonald's.
really?
That's a lot.
That's
amazing.
incredible.
That's a lot. How many? What's the population of the U.S.?
Insane.
a lot.
300 and a whole bunch.
300. So 1 out of every 8 people have worked at McDonald's.
Well, there's 5 people in this room, so it's 1 in 5.
In this
show.
333.29 million.
Yeah, that's
Wait, I
wild.
just updated.
That means so around 41 million people are past or current Mickey D's employees.
Do we still have the stigma of working at McDonald's? Because I remember like in the 2000s, like, oh, you're going to have to go work at McDonald's. But I don't hear that anymore, and
Listen,
I'm glad.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
I recommend working at McDonald's.
340 million, by the
You
way.
really learn a lot about people.
Clowns.
Yeah. No.
Working
No.
working weird hours for not a lot of money. I don't know.
Dude, it's a great job. Like, I had one of my best friends growing up was working at McDonald's, and he loved it because he made a bunch of money and got great skills and got to eat as many fries as he wanted. And,
Yeah.
you know,
That's the perk, man.
Yep.
You got to smell like those fries, but you get to taste them.
But you get to taste them.
you know what? I wish I could have worked a drive-through. I worked at Bellacino's as my time in the
Maybe
food
that's where I
service.
got the itch to be on the radio.
It probably is, Rizz. That's probably where all your charisma shined, is through that.
Cool headset.
Yeah, man,
With the
I did a
headset.
whole thing. I mean, I had a routine.
And when your
So,
friends come
oh.
up, you let them have a free soda. and
talk-
it's
Did you
like,
have free soda?
When you
Give
talk
hot
about,
girls-
yeah, when he talks about his service and doing a thing, I thought you were talking about the Great Caper.
What's great caper?
Yeah, I was relegated to emptying the truck at one point because they didn't want me working up front or at the grill.
Oh. Because you were not nice to people?
I was not a model employee
Oh, my
for some
God.
of my time in the service.
That's how
Surprise, right?
well his charisma showed through
Yeah.
as they put him on truck
Get in the
duty
back.
immediately.
So the truck would come.
You haven't heard about this story, the
I
Great
was
Caper?
part of the
Yeah, man.
crew.
Oh, dude.
And my parents were away, and like the Thursday, so my parents were away for the weekend. The Thursday, the truck came, and the truck pulls up to the back of the restaurant. We put the
The ramp,
like
right?
rollers, like little rollers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like
You're
the-
supposed to roll the boxes
and you roll
down.
the boxes down from the truck and right into the restaurant.
All
so
right.
I'd be at the bottom of the ramp, bottom of the rollers.
What's on these carts? Like what?
Oh,
Buns?
I mean the burgers, everything,
Okay, all right.
everything the restaurant
Produce.
needs.
Okay, gotcha.
Frozen fries, apple pies, to cooking oil.
Were the apple pies frozen?
Oh yeah,
Dang it! Thought they'd been-
nobody was making anything back there.
Don't ruin this for me.
You think somebody was actually rolling out
Yes.
dough?
I look
Get
at old
outta
Grandma
here.
McDonald's, and she's back there folding up those
Get out of here!
cherry pies.
Get out of here! Nobody was like flour and water. And
I got cherry pies today.
So with the eggs, do they make the eggs there or not? They actually fry
They
up
did
eggs?
crack from when I worked there. They actually did crack eggs.
Okay.
And they had the little circle thing that they
They had
cracked them
little
into. That's cool
circle-
as hell.
Very cool.
Aluminum thing. So from the truck down the roller, one into my car, one into the restaurant.
You did this?
One into the car, one into the
What?
restaurant.
The Great Caper.
You were
It was the
stealing.
heist. It was called the
The
heist.
heist. The great heist.
Did you make? What did you do with all the stuff you
I
stole?
tried to make the apple pies at home. Does not work.
Dang it!
They were okay.
What'd your parents think? They're like, Scott,
didn't know.
you make dinner. Oh,
They went away.
they were away for the weekend.
They went away. I was having people over.
Yeah, 50 apple
fun.
pies on a weekend.
So case apple pies into the car.
Did you ever get
Case of
prosecuted?
fries. No.
Oh, big McDonald's come for you.
Statute of
This
limitations
week.
is way past.
Okay.
We're talking 30 years ago.
Oh my God.
Maybe more.
Ronald never forgets. Okay.
Yeah,
Ronald
man.
McDonald.
The
is coming
clown
for
It's
you.
on list.
does not
Yeah,
forget.
dude.
30 years ago.
Yeah, well, when you get home tonight, you look out your window and you see Grimace standing in the yard,
With his arms crossed.
With a knife.
staring through
Yeah,
your
yeah.
window.
Grimace with his arms
the
crossed.
Hamburglar
And a
like this.
hamburger with a billy club, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
knocking on his hand.
Oh my
Clown
God, that's
sent us.
terrifying.
The clown's just waving his finger like this. Shame.
Shame.
Never
that
crossed the clown, Rizzuto.
Never cross them.
I never got fired. Never got fired from that. I set off the fire suppression system
What's wrong with you?
at the restaurant. Did not get fired.
Did you have like aggression? Like we're having like teen angst?
Yeah, I was a
at this
teenager, and
time?
it was like, hey, I dare you to pull the ring.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
I bet you that costs thousands in damage.
I have no idea.
So again, When the next news, how old were you? 18, 19?
No, it was like 15 or 16.
Oh, all right. Just saying.
It's 30 years
Yeah,
ago.
right. Sometimes there's stories of 19-year-olds doing really dumb things because that's what we do.
No, this was really dumb. Or the time that I took the manager's pepper spray and go, I'm going to spray one of these hamburgers on the grill.
What?
And see what happens.
I don't remember that.
Not
story.
to ever, I never,
Not to
hand to
serve?
God, never tampered anybody's food. Never.
All right.
Never
I was
did
gonna say
that.
the karma on that is not
Never
good.
did that.
All right.
Except for that high school bully who came through the drive-thru.
Even I had limits. Never did that. So I was, again, like, we can't have you up front. We're going to put you back to the grill, which was cool. I actually enjoyed doing that. The manager's keys were on the countertop. There was a thing of pepper spray on, attached to the key ring. I said, what's going to happen if I take the pepper spray and season this burger?
Right. Will it taste like pepper?
So you find out that as soon as the hot oil and stuff, the hot grill, as soon as that meets the pepper spray, a cloud forms.
Wow, science.
And the cloud then drifts through the entire restaurant,
Pepper
causing
cloud.
the restaurant to be closed.
Everybody got peppered.
Dude, you shut down the restaurant at least twice? Holy smokes,
And you did get
man.
fired. That was a nice owner.
Didn't get fired.
Hey, when you worked there, did you smell like McDonald's everywhere, even after a shower?
Oh, yeah.
Just oil.
Yeah, our buddy worked for Fazoli's, and man, I'm telling you, his car, until he sold it, smelled like breadsticks.
That was
Like,
the worst part.
and not like the good smell of breadsticks, like the old oil grease. Weird smell.
Parmesan,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it was weird. It was weird, and like we used to give him trouble about it. Like, man, you need to bathe more, and it really had nothing to do with his bathing. It just because
It just it
he was
gets
there.
into your skin.
Yeah, dude, it was in him.
It's dermis level.
So,
It was in
so
him.
our uniform was. See if you could pull up McDonald's uniforms through the years.
Oh, was this the teal era?
No, mine
Oh.
was like dark purple.
Cool, man.
It was dark purple shirt,
Grimace purple.
grimace purple,
Nice.
That was a good era.
black pants.
You missed out on this era though. That old Missouri license plate color, that rust.
Honestly, I would wear that. If I could find a vintage McDonald's shirt like that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Like those old ones are awesome.
You almost look like a
Yeah, this was like a
flight
like
attendant.
a polo shirt, like dark purple, black pants.
You missed out on the pilot era of McDonald's. Everybody looks like an airline pilot.
Yeah, we had like the drab. We had drab ones. This was the mid '90s
Oh, so they look like In-N-Out originally.
Well, back in the
They had-
50s.
Yeah, they had the caps,
with paper hats.
paper hats, white collared shirts.
That's a good look.
Oh, and in
And bolo
1955
ties.
they had bolo ties.
That's I want that.
Dang. Great.
That's rich.
Go to the mid '90s.
Okay, yeah, these are sick.
80s.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
These 70s with the stripes, with the big ass collars.
With the visor.
yeah,
Cute.
And then they went to these weird like bow tie things.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, bow ties.
80
That
to
was a
90.
80 to 90 and the visors.
Visor.
Bad
like fast
McDonald's outfit time. Whoa, look at Captain Rizz there.
Yeah.
Is that you, dude?
With a tie on.
His purple shirt and
Manager.
tie, being like, I
I
shut this
wasn't
place
Hannah.
down twice. They never fired me. There it is. Those?
No, they're not showing it.
They're not showing it. Yeah, what the heck?
Look up 1990s McDonald's
it says
uniforms.
Who
this was
thought
the
that
90s.
fast food workers needed to look like flight attendants?
Oh, it skipped
ever,
the 90s.
You know, like if anything, they need to just be as relaxed as possible. Like
Made $4 1/4.
$4.25.
$4 1/4 minimum wage.
Yeah, that purple. We're missing the purple.
I remember those years though.
This?
Yeah, I think that's.
With a gold McDonald's.
Put in
arch.
90s purple McDonald's outfit.
Yes.
Here's
That's
94 to 96 went to these like polo
Stripes.
Yeah, things with the stripes.
Yeah, the 1990s purple. It was like a weird material too.
Yeah, this is like the
and it just
Fila
absorbed
Fubu
the
era.
grease.
Grease wicked.
Like I don't know if they were cotton or rayon. I don't know what it was, but it just absorbed everything, and he stunk like French fries.
Polyester.
Well, I think it was made from their
Polyester.
French fries.
Polyester. Polyester for sure.
Hey, they sell them. They sell them.
I don't know. I think it's good that people do fast food. I know. I think it is.
Yeah.
Look at this.
You
It's
know
a
how
great
it
first
works?
job.
Tell me you wouldn't wear that.
Oh, I would be a McDonald's worker
How
in the
cool that
70s
is.
right
Looks
now.
like a
Yes.
flight attendant.
Yeah, the flight attendant ones.
The flight attendant.
little
shirt.
1976 rare McDonald's employee uniform, $261 for the shirt. Oh man.
Oh my gosh! Please, somebody at the Halloween party dress up as Scott Rizzuto in the '90s working at McDonald's.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
If you could find the purple shirt.
Yo,
Make it happen.
free shipping with a cool $413. You can get a 1976 full uniform.
$413.
The shirt and the apron. Oh yeah.
Here's a crazy headline from the New York Post. Ice cream and potato chips are just as addictive as cocaine or heroin.
I believe it.
Yeah, last night I'm trying not to eat before bed because that's my thing. And last night I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna have just a half a kombucha, some water, fill myself up. I'll be fine. What do you know, man? Like 40 minutes later, we're watching the fall of the House of Usher.
Is it good?
It is, but I like that series. We like it's the Haunting series.
Yeah,
the Haunting in Hill
Let's
House.
not get off. Let's
Midnight
not get
Mass.
off track here.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Here's what I'll say.
And I had chips in my lap by the end of it. God darn. Chips are cocaine, dude. They really are.
Yeah, I've never taken $400 out of an ATM at 5 in the morning to buy chips. I love them. I love them a lot. And ice cream maybe even more. But I have never tried to exceed the daily limit on a credit card withdrawal.
I'm going to push
at a
back
strip
on.
club.
I'm going to push back on this a little bit. I'm going to push back on this study a little bit. So they're referring to a new study of the University of Michigan that looked at ultra-processed foods, or UPFs, and how addictive they are. And that includes things like chips and ice cream, soft drinks, sugary cereals, and other junk foods. And it found 14% are addicted to them. That's 1 in 7 worldwide. But is ice cream really as addictive as heroin? Are you going to get the shakes just because you ran out of Haagen-Dazs?
No.
Well, you get the shakes take a little more effort. With
But it
ice
might
cream.
be just as hard to quit ultra-processed foods. Junk food gives you a nice shot of dopamine, the feel-good hormone. Then you eventually crash and crave more. So it's a similar thing to what happens with drugs. But this is just, come on, this is an excuse for I don't have self-control.
Right. Well, I have a real problem with sugar. So, like, I get a craving. I got to get through it.
But it's a self-control thing.
It is. And I have very little self-control.
I have a disease.
I have a disease.
I have a disease. I'm addicted.
But sugar addiction is a thing. And didn't they say, like, it's maybe not hard like heroin, but like smoking?
Well,
maybe?
the real issue is that, ice cream is a lot easier to get than heroin.
That's true. Yes.
Didn't they do like a rat study? I feel like I read somewhere they did like rats had heroin, water with heroin in it and water without. And then there was one with like sugar, and the rats like ate themselves to death, but they would eventually stop doing the heroin or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up.
They ate themselves?
They ate themselves?
Ate themselves to death.
Oh,
okay.
They basically
for some reason I was
basically
like,
ate
man.
themselves
must have
into
tasted like ice
they
cream to
died
each
from
other.
like a fat sugar overdose.
I have to. I was talking to your wife about this, actually. She and I were at an event, and I was talking to her about all food things, and I was saying, I gotta get this sugar craving experience out of here. And she was like, you gotta start eating animals. I'm like, I'm not gonna start eating more animals. She's
You
like,
gotta
"It's
start
all about
eating
protein."
animals.
She's like, you're gonna have to get a cow. I'm like,
Come
no,
back.
no.
Call, we got a freezer full of cow.
That's what she said. Yeah.
We got a freezer full of cow. You want something? You want a couple steaks?
No, I do not
Come
want
on.
any steaks.
Couple steaks? As addictive as heroin. I don't know. Is there going to be rehabs now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sugar rehabs? Let's
What you
sign
in
me
for?
up.
What you in for?
Ice
I love Hostess.
I lost my family.
Yeah, lost my family.
Lost my
it all.
family. Lost my job.
Got a good collection of ice scoopers.
Lays.
Worth a lot of money.
I found it.
Jorge says, being a recovering addict for over 3 years now, I can promise you that nothing is as addictive as heroin.
Good for you, man.
I think
Yeah, good
he's
for you,
right.
man.
Yeah. Congrats. man.
I agree.
And Moon, you have kombucha before you go to bed?
Yeah.
You know there's caffeine in that.
There's no
right.
caffeine in there, friend.
Andrew
is.
says, I never drove to East St. Louis at
All right.
1 a.m. for
For
a
Twizzler.
little Debbie.
Exactly. I never found myself in a neighborhood that
Sketchy neighborhood.
because somebody had some Lay's.
Yeah. You got them chips?
I don't know. I've picked up some desserts from some sketchy neighborhoods before. Ladies making them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best
What?
cupcakes.
Illicit bakeries?
Yeah. Illicit bakeries. You go through the back door.
Hey, man, did you hear they busted that bakehouse down the street?
Just all of the
Yeah, she was making cakes in the basement.
powdered sugar just
Hey,
everywhere.
man, can I get your chef's number? He doesn't like when I give it out.
Snorting powdered sugar off of a woman's breast. Yeah.
Hey,
No?
man, this cupcake you sold me is a little light. Yeah, I weighed it. It's only 7 ounces. It said it was an 8-ounce cupcake.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's evaporation, I guess.
This almost sounds like a TikTok hack to see who could use, leftover candy the best. Papa John's just debuted a new dessert. Crushed up Twix bars wrapped in pizza dough.
So you guys,
They've also...
you guys are laughing, saying desserts are not as addictive and sugar's not as addictive. And then here we are. Let's talk about the next dessert thing that Papa John's is
They've also
throwing
got
out.
cheesecake filling inside.
Okay.
And they come with a
Okay.
caramel
Right.
dipping sauce.
Right,
Wait a
so-
minute. Is it actual like
idea.
marinara pizza or just the pizza dough?
No, it's just pizza dough.
All right, now we're talking.
I watched the whole thing of this guy making it.
You do with it. What did it
I'm
look like?
Well, yeah, I wonder why.
scratching. Oh, my God, I'm
Loosen
itchy.
up my collar.
I'm so itchy.
It may not look the same. It may not, chemically be the same or as intense. But I mean, there's a reason. That, like, the stats are where they are. Our health system is where it's at.
Sure.
And the rehab centers may not be called rehab centers, but there's a billion different
They're
weight
Weight-
loss
Weight Watchers.
opportunities. Yeah, and I wonder why. Because it's addictive. It's
The
difficult.
rehab centers are called gyms.
Yeah, it's exactly gyms, weight loss centers. I mean, all
Okay,
sorts
but
of stuff.
throwing it up there with heroin, as Jorge said, try getting off heroin.
Yeah, exactly. That's an argument
A
that's hard to make.
nutritionist is your sponsor?
It's an argument that's hard to make until you start looking at the numbers and you realize like over 50% of our country is overweight or obese, and it like takes its toll on the financial health of the system, the health system in general. Obviously, all of us.
It's a real problem.
Like
I know,
I'm 10
not-
pounds overweight right now, and it's tough. It's freaking tough, especially like cutting out sugar or like you
Nobody's
said.
saying it's easy.
That stuff is
I'm just saying the
tough,
whole
dude.
cocaine heroin comparison.
It's a hard
That's
argument to hang your hat on with just the headline. But again, like look at the numbers before you just like bark it off. You know.
Well,
what
let me
I mean?
tell you about Twix Papa Bites.
And I mean, think about how when does this group get the most excited? It's when we're talking about
No,
food
I know,
and desserts.
I know. Just wait till I talk about National Pasta Day. Because
That's all I have left. I've done all the other stuff.
That's our drug. That's totally acceptable with society.
I did find the rat study, and it does say, teaching a graduate course on drugs, abuse, and addiction on the topic of preclinical choices when lab rats must make a mutually exclusive choice between self-administering cocaine or alternative reward, e.g. sweetened water, appetitive foods, or another rat to interact with. These studies consistently showed most rats prefer non-drug reward over cocaine and heroin or methamphetamine.
Spilled coffee on myself, damn it.
Oh,
Here we go.
Here we
Yep.
go.
because you weren't
The
wearing a
shakes.
jacket on Jacket Day.
Today's jacket day?
Well, Learn declared.
I took
I
mine
don't know.
off. I
Moon
got
and
hot.
Rafe
I mean, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's got a zipper.
Yeah, no one
That's a
told me it's jacket day.
It's kind of a lame jacket, but we'll call it a jacket. It's
Is
not
a cardigan
okay.
a jacket?
I love that jacket.
All right.
I do. I love that. I don't know what it is, but I like owls.
Thank you. It's got an owl on it. Pizza Hut announced that they're extending its operating hours to ensure your pizza cravings are met whenever they hit. Pizza Hut locations nationwide will now stay open until midnight or later, with several restaurants even staying open as late as 2 a.m. local time. And this bucks the trend of places closing by 10 around here. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to go on local, St. Louis Pizza Huts, but you ever try going to a fast food place or you got your late night gig
Yeah.
and you're on your way home, you're like, I got to get something. And the only place that should be open or, let me get something quick through a drive-through.
Yeah.
Nothing's open anymore.
No.
Nope.
Taco Bell's usually open for me. They're my go-to. Right by my house.
And that leads to
And
instant regret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and they're
we were,
so cheap,
Bad
everything.
news. I know.
That's a ton
We
of
were out-
75
Bad
things.
news.
we were out in the valley a couple weeks ago, and it was definitely late at night. It was
Nothing's
around
open.
8:30 or something at night, super late, and absolutely nothing open at 8. You keep opening doors, it's locked.
Nothing's open down
Like,
there.
great. You guys are awesome. out
Listen,
here.
I also think they just can't find employees.
Yeah.
No, and Kelly says the addiction report may be just referring to brain scans. Yeah, but
Sure.
the headline is ice cream as addictive as heroin? Scientists say so.
Because your amygdala's illuminated
Yeah.
the same.
Here's one thing I will say in defense of that study. I quit drinking and a lot of other substances, and that's something you can cut out. It sucks, but you can completely cut them out of your life. Food, you cannot do that. So I can see where it's a little more problematic because you have to eat to live. So you can't stop eating. You can't just be like, I'm not going to eat anymore. I'm going to go to eat meetings and be like, I used to be an eater. I no longer eat. It's like it isn't a cut and dried black or white thing where you can just completely cut a specific substance out of your life. So it's tricky, especially if you like have an addictive personality and that food is like a reward center.
Moon, I don't know if you remember the story. Remember the woman who was just going to live on the sun rays?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
dude.
dead.
Yeah, but she was doing
For
that
real?
straight through her. Wasn't she bleaching? Wasn't she putting her butt towards the sun or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was absorbing.
Yeah. She was spreading.
She was like, I'm not going to eat anymore. I'm going to get my nutrients through the sun.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she tried.
She tried, and I believe she's dead.
She lost her battle with not eating.
Yes. Yes.
It's tough.
No, it is. Listen, I'm not denying that. Look at me. I'm disgusting.
What? You look great. Stop this.
I'm
We're body
gross.
positivity on this show.
Body positivity.
Let's not body shame me on National Pasta
positively
Day
bad.
because this is a body built by pasta.
This is the day that
This
we
is body by
celebrate.
pasta right here.
Yeah.
This is my day, guys. It's National Pasta Day, but for 1 in 20 people, that's every day. 5% of Americans say they eat pasta daily.
Whoa, dude.
Daily.
Carb load. Let's do it.
I try to do it once a week.
Same.
Like once a week. And I'm not going to go with the whole wheat
What?
or,
You're going straight flour?
of course, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Oh, we just bought some
Chickpea garbage. Get the hell, get it out of here.
got some
Give me that.
gluten-free like tomato pasta. Delicious.
Get it out of here.
Ooh, I'll try that.
If I'm going to do it once a week, it's going to be done once a week the right way.
You know what? Got a pasta maker at home and I've never done it, and I have all the attachments for my stupid KitchenAid mixer.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
Have you made pasta by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Of course you have. I have never done it, and I really want. My Italian grandmother used to make tortellini by hand and
Oh,
do
yeah.
all that.
Do
with
it all.
I'm going to do it this wintertime.
Who's your Italian grandma?
I'm a Jean.
Imogene?
I'm a
Me
Jean
too.
Gherardini. Yeah.
What was her last
I
name?
got the,
Gherardini.
Hell yeah.
I got
I love the chocolate.
the KitchenAid roller and the cutter, and I do it all.
Really?
Do it all.
I'm convinced half of my small town was at witness protection because it was the 500 people in my hometown, and there were a lot of Lanzinis and Ogolinis, a lot of Eenies and Onis, and a lot. Like an exorbitant amount
Yeah.
for Southern Illinois. And I'm like, I think half this town.
Yeah, let's send him to Jowl. Nobody's going to.
Nobody looking for him there. They were cool dudes. Get a good raise when you can go in the tavern with a bunch of old Italian guys
Yeah,
at 2 o'clock in the afternoon
Yeah,
and
it's a
learn
good
to play.
education.
Yeah, I used to play 4-point pitch for quarters with Italian guys
Yeah,
drinking
you learn how
snag
to
beers.
play, bocce ball or.
Yeah,
Learned all my cuss words in
Yeah, learn all your
Lodge.
cuss
I
words.
learned that. Yeah.
So a few national chains have pasta deals today. Nothing too crazy, but a couple stats on our pasta eating habits.
Okay.
What's your favorite pasta shape?
Ravioli, hands up.
Ravioli. So ravioli isn't really a shape; it's just a stuffed pasta. If you want to be,
It's a square.
We're not
or
counting
round.
that.
That's a tortellini.
No, tortellini.
Tortellini is like this weird, like belly button. looking thing.
Tortellinis look like belly
Tortellinis are
buttons.
circular.
Circular
They are good, though.
I
with a hole in the middle.
have a
Ravioli
picture.
are square
Hey,
pillows.
give me a whole
Or
bowl full of them
round.
Audis, brother.
Or round.
I think the
So
round,
ravioli is
If you
more
go to
of a stuffed,
Fazoli's,
more of a stuffed pasta.
the round ravs, or I actually pulled up tortellini because I was going to
Tortellinis
say
look like belly buttons.
I think tortellini is my favorite because of the stuff option. If it was a non-stuffable, I think I'm going penne.
Penne? Okay, that would be number two. That'd be number two most popular.
But I like the stuffables. Give me cheese. Give me other cheeses. Give me more cheeses.
about rigatoni?
Tortellini's number 5.
rigatoni,
Spaghetti's number 1.
of course.
Penne, and then like your macaroni.
I like a angel hair
Tortellini?
pasta. I like
Angel
it
hair?
thin.
Ooh, that is good, too.
Hey, didn't they make?
Angel hair overcooked.
Didn't they do a study? Oh, rigatoni is just giant macaroni, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Rigatoni's got ridges.
Oh, that's right. And didn't they do a study where they established which pasta is the absolute best as far as the
Sauce to
the amount that it can grip and all that kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, the ridges are grippers.
Yeah, the ridges are grippers.
Ridges are grippers.
And I think it was like rigatoni or some type of macaroni was like guaranteed to be the best because it held X amount of its own weight in sauce.
There was a guy that actually developed last year the ultimate pasta shape.
Oh.
And based on the way it bites, the way it holds sauce.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
that's right.
It's called Cascatelli, and I went and bought a case of them.
And?
And?
They're great.
Cascatelli.
Cascatelli. They look like little waterfalls.
Yes.
That's a great name
There it is,
for
Cascatelli.
Oh,
The
this
perfect
thing.
pasta.
Yeah,
Little
so it kind of looks like a
water
sea slug.
They're look like little waterfalls. I went like a what I would call gavone.
Got 'em on.
Right.
And as soon as this guy developed it, I went and bought a goddamn case.
So food's not as addictive.
I'm telling you,
man.
a case of this stuff showed up in my house, and my wife goes, "What is this?" And I go, I was so excited.
We have to have this.
Cascatoni.
That's great.
And my mother-in-law, God bless her, was at the house watching the kids, and she made a box of it. And I go, I saw it in the garbage. I saw the empty box. I go,
no.
"What are you doing?" She goes, "I don't know." So it was in the cupboard. I made the kids pasta.
Did the kids eat all
And
of
I
it?
go, "You use my cascatelli?"
My cascatelli.
I swear to God, this is a conversation. You use my cascatelli?
On the kids who are not even going to appreciate it?
No, they did appreciate it, but it was more like you used it without me.
What are the
You
ones
think
that,
you could just take any of the pot?
Any of the cascatelli and
You
make
think
it?
you could take any shape off this
Right.
shelf
You
and
need
just
it.
make it without asking?
tell me it was this brand, the Sfoglini.
It's Sfollini, and that's the only brand that makes it.
Okay. Is this it? Like it goes soft and looks like these sea slugs?
That looks good, man.
It's flat in the middle.
Sauceability, forkability, tooth sinkability is the three factors the guy used to make this ultimate pasta shape.
Yeah, look at that.
wow.
Look
I'm
at
in.
that.
Is this going to be the new thing?
Apparently
take
not.
over?
It's only this company that makes it. He shopped it around to a bunch of different companies, and then Sfollini's the one that said, "Okay, we'll make it for you."
Looks like a seahorse spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's excellent. Anyway, what's the best pasta shape specifically for mac and cheese?
Macaroni.
Is it though?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to push back on that.
You do the shells?
I'm not an authority
Shells
here.
are okay. Boston Market. Are there any still open in the area?
I don't
so.
know. Might not.
Their macaroni and cheese was the corkscrew.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Wait. It's, somebody else has a corkscrew mac and cheese around here.
Their mac and cheese was the corkscrew. And I think that's the best.
You enjoyed it.
I really did.
I like a shells and cheese, but it's got to be Velveeta. It's got to be the actual shells and cheese brand.
Macaroni got the most votes, your normal mac and cheese. Then shells, then corkscrews,
Now, listen,
then bow tie pasta.
When you say corkscrew, you're talking about the flat screw rather than the what is it called when they're like a full noodle that goes in a
Like the
loop-de-loop.
rotini?
Rotini?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking
Full
about?
loop-de-loop?
Yeah, it's like okay. So what you're saying is a corkscrew, like the actual pasta is a screw,
The rotini.
and what I'm saying is there's some that are like corkscrew shaped macaroni. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like a tubular. What is that? Because those are good because they soak it up. You can get it. It's like a straw.
Yeah, I don't know. The rotinis.
Rotini is the
up more.
corkscrew.
Moon,
Yeah.
can you look up pasta chart and just get them all up on the screen so we have all the names?
We should probably have this on the
Pasta chart.
background on one of the PCs over here.
First of all, bow tie pasta sucks.
Here we go.
I don't know.
You just don't like bow ties, man.
Always the middle.
You're letting
the
your
middle
bow,
is
you're
always
letting your bow
underdone.
tie hatred leak into your pasta.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
getting a
with
little
you
weird
though.
with that.
There's something dry and not flavorful about a bow tie pasta.
Okay, so tubular, twisted, Lano, penne, rigatoni. Okay, so it's like this. It's a macaroni, but it goes. Whip, whip, whip.
Oh,
you see
yeah.
what I'm saying?
They're longer.
Yeah, they're longer,
longer.
But there's like a fast food joint or like a Boston Market type of place that has a mac and cheese like that. So it's like a small macaroni noodle that's in a like a water slide coil.
Everybody's just saying weird words. Selinatani, Cavatappi in the chat.
Oh, look at this. The Encyclopedia of Pasta. Look at this. Did you ever was this at your school?
That everybody had like hot chicks on their wall. That was I had that poster.
Oh my gosh.
That was on the ceiling above your bed. You stared at
Like
it.
everybody had Cindy Crawford and
Kathy Ireland.
Ireland, Cindy Crawford. I had the macaroni chart.
Look at
I had
that.
the pasta chart.
Spaghetti strap.
Stuffed, specialty, irregular. I mean, long. It's got all the categories.
It's got it all.
Look at that. All the shapes, the ribbons, pirouette.
I'm going to be honest. Before you pulled this up, I thought there were like 9 pastas.
Oh no.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
like
look at
300
this.
different
Oh, yeah.
noodles on this thing.
Oh yeah.
These are pretty cool.
So they just come from.
She's
folks-
thinking cavatappi, I think.
Cavatappi.
Yeah.
I never heard that word. Cavatappi.
It's the long tube.
Cavatappi type of pasta. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is it. This is it. And
I
This
knew it would come to me.
this is something that you. This
I'm
is the
an
one that.
encyclopedia here.
This is the one when you want
want
to melt.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's
good.
like a mac and cheese, but you want to put something in it that also solidifies
It's
before it like gets.
cavatappi's good, acceptable.
Yeah, and you put a parm on top of that, so it kind of melts and glues it
Acceptable.
all, and you're just like, oh yeah, give me more of this.
You know who I think uses that? Macaroni and Co.
Is that it? There's somebody that makes one of these things, and it's always
Is that
a
the name of the
surprise.
place?
You talking about macaroni company?
Noodles and Co.
Noodles and Co.
Noodles.
Noodles and Co. That's it.
Noodles.
I think that's who does it. All right, favorite sauce. Favorite sauce. You got regular red sauce?
Yeah.
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 That's
Like
top.
I like a garlic Parmesan marinara.
I'll go with regular red sauce.
You like meat sauce? You want chunks of meat in it?
Not normally.
fungi. I like mushroom sauce.
No,
there is
that's right out.
in Australia and in Brazil there are these places, and I don't know why they haven't caught on here. Somebody that's in the restaurant business that wants to do something awesome, do this. It's it's like a Subway or a Jimmy John's or whatever the heck you want to say, but it's for pasta. And you go in and you just select your pasta, you select your sauce, you select your fixins, and you go down like an assembly line, and bam, 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 bam. And then you have a nice bowl of badass pasta. And there's a ton of them. They're in the malls in Brazil and Argentina, and even Australia has their own versions.
There was like that place like that in New York City.
We need them. I'm telling you, they rule. And every time there was a mushroom
Oh,
sauce, the mushroom sauce was to die for.
Who had a place like that? Gerard Kraft had a place like that.
Oh, yeah, Pastaria?
Yeah,
Oh,
but it was
that place across from the dome that we went
yeah.
to? Yeah, what the heck
that
was that?
That was exactly that.
Yeah, and remember I was like, yes, finally, and then it went away.
Yeah, that was exactly that place.
What the heck was that called, man?
It was good.
Yeah, we went to at the opening we were.
Yeah,
so
we were there
excited.
within the first week. Because I'm
Niche?
a nutcase.
Perona
No.
pasta? Perano?
Yeah, Perano.
Toronto.
That was it.
Yeah, dang, man.
That was it. I think they closed.
If we made that a standard and like people just got used to it, I'm telling you, it would
Hey.
keep malls alive.
He's going to revive it
What?
next year in De Pere.
In Creve Coeur.
March.
Yeah, that was it. Perano. That was it.
Yeah, that place was great.
That place was good. And you
As-
go down and you go, okay, I want this type of pasta with this type of sauce.
Yeah,
and,
you can mix it
whatever
up.
protein you
You
want.
can have the same lunch and a different lunch every day at the
All right.
same place.
Does everybody here have at least one box or bag of pasta in the house?
Absolutely. At all times.
At all
Yes.
times.
All times.
Yep.
Emergency.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow,
I want to.
that's amazing.
We got off that quick before I could pay proper respect to bolognese sauce.
Oh,
And-
bolognese, yeah.
And also, I like a creamy vodka.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, me too.
Creamy vodka
Oh,
sauce.
yeah, vodka sauce is
Me
good.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my second favorite these days.
I didn't want to let that just
No, let that simmer.
be unsaid.
Right.
You know?
No, bolognese is good. I like pesto. Pesto's good.
Yeah, I like pesto
pesto.
pasta.
Yeah.
Pesto's good.
Hey, I won't turn Alfredo away. I know that's a very polarizing thing, but
Alfredo's good.
tortellini Alfredo every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be in the
Why
mood
not?
for
That's
it.
6 to your ribs.
Like, I feel like I could do a red pasta anytime.
You know,
Alfredo,
I'm
I
just-
got to be
I
special.
don't like
mood.
straight marinara, though. I really don't.
Oh, you don't, huh? I like the
not my
fact that
fave.
my kids are good with anything.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'm glad my kids are not picky when it comes to what I make as far as the shape or the sauce for it or If dad gets a hankering for something, like he's in a creative mood, like the kids are okay with it.
Do you just do the pasta sometimes where it's this olive oil and
Garlic olive oil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's the
That
best.
stuff's
My kids
legit.
dislike so few things that they get insulted if I forget what it is that they don't like.
What's carbonara? Is that just like egg and bacon?
But it's a special type of like Italian bacon. It's guanciale.
Yeah.
So it's
Sounds like
pig
a-
cheek and
it's
egg.
real light.
Guanciale. I
It's-
saw that guy the other day.
It's a light sauce. It's not a heavy sauce.
It's pretty heavy because it's like cheese and egg and
It always feels like it's lightly sauced when I get it, but
it's
it
not the
just
best
soaks
for
it
you.
in.
Oh, that's what this is? That like when they put like little bacon bits that you're like, is that cooked? Because it's not a real bacon bit.
It's pig cheek.
Oh. I didn't know that's what I was eating. But that is on top. It is very chewy, usually. Remember? And then they kind of put it on top of certain pastas with that. It's not a Parmesan, but it's always shared with some sort of cheese or something.
Usually pecorino,
Pecorino.
which is sheep's milk. Anyway, I know too much.
Well,
This is my day, guys. This is my day.
I'm
Really
surprised
putting
you're
the
here.
whole
Tell
farm-
This is
us.
my day.
Wow.
Okay, when you eat spaghetti, do you use a fork and a spoon?
No, just a fork. And I
I
slurp.
have done that. Because I thought it was like the fancy way, so I would copy the movies whenever I was a kid.
Yeah, I
you
go
know?
fork and spoon.
Yeah.
That's what I
Pecorino
do.
Romano. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, this cheese.
That's sheep milk.
Yeah, used milk.
Very
oh,
salty.
Golly, it's so good.
Is it? Are you allowed to slurp spaghetti? Are you against it?
I'm against it.
What? But you have to. But
No,
you
don't
can.
have to. You don't have to. This is not Japan.
Wow.
Mastacholi was always a staple in my home
Us
as
too.
a poor kid because you can feed 85 people
Yeah.
on 2 cheap boxes of mastacholi and a can of ragu.
Yep.
My mom could make miracles out of that.
Yeah, and if we were feeling rich,
Put about a pound of hamburger in it, just stir it all up.
Muscatoli is the same thing as ziti.
if we were celebrating, yeah, you go get the baked ziti or the baked mustacholi from Ruma's Deli in Concord.
I never
Plaza.
even heard of muscatoli before I moved here.
Wedding staple.
The Concord Plaza.
The wedding staple is oversauced and overcooked muscatoli.
Yeah, it's dry.
Yeah.
No, it's. I know you're gonna make fun of me for moisture. It's way too like
Wet.
wet and soggy.
You mean the St. Louis style?
Queen doesn't
St.
like
Louis.
it. Has to be hot. Can't be wet. Moisture. My question is, do you go pasta, then sauce it yourself, or do you like the sauce mixed in?
I sauce myself.
I will sauce before bringing to the table.
Okay.
I will sauce for you.
Yes. I kind of like that when someone just does it for me. I like when it's all stirred in. Got a nice coating on all the
What
pasta.
I do is I don't use a colander. I usually take it straight from
The water?
the water and put it into a big.
Sauce vat.
No, I usually like a big 12-inch, like cast iron pan
Oh.
or
Skillet?
skillet
Hey, so you talking about like
and
the
finish in there.
you saying the baked ziti and baked mustacholi the way that we do it in like that like casserole lasagna style like that wasn't done anywhere else? That's the St.
Baked
Louis
ziti,
thing?
yes, but muscatoli, the actual noodle,
Okay.
I never heard of it because it's the same thing as ziti.
Is it exactly the same?
I think so.
We just call it. We just
I
wanted
think
to.
it just. I don't know
make
what
sure
the
we had a
difference
weird
is.
word
How do
for
we
it?
even spell muscatoli? Because I feel like we put a K in there, and then when you see it written out, there's
No,
no
it's
K.
C.
It's Mostaccioli.
Musca.
My favorite thing to do as a kid was to take my mom's muscatoli on a piece of white buttered bread, put a little bit of pasta, fold it up, and make a little trailer park hot
Yeah.
pocket. Woo! Just eat my way through a piece of buttered bread with pasta in the middle.
The whole experience.
That's mobile home mustacholi right there.
Says
That's good, too.
mustacholi is rigid and best for cooking with thick sauces, whereas ziti is soft and fragile and best cooked in an oven. Ziti is usually slightly larger tubular pasta with ridges along the sides, so it's got ridges too.
Not all.
Whereas mustacholi is smaller, flatter pasta with ridges along the sides.
But not all ziti has ridges.
Mustacholi has an advantage over ziti because it can hold more sauce and cheese in each bite. Now that's St. Louis. That's what. That's the never mind ziti.
Well,
What's
somebody
the point?
says, as somebody whose family owns an Italian restaurant, it's purposely oversauced so it doesn't dry out at a buffet, which makes sense. So we're just going to sauce the hell out of it, and there's nothing's going to.
I'm fine with it.
We could be in the Sahara and this ain't drying out.
Let me say this. Let me put this point out there. I don't do pasta leftovers.
What?
I'm not
Pasta
eating your-
leftovers are the best.
I'm not
What
doing
about
your
lasagna?
day-old mastacholi, not day-old lasagna.
But that's when it's
Oh,
set.
here's what you do.
cannelloni.
Here's what you do.
No.
You have
Oh, you're
leftovers, you
missing.
put it in a frying pan and olive oil, and you actually get a little crunch on it.
No thanks.
Dang.
Straight to the trash for me.
No, straight to my
Start
house. Bring that to me.
Yeah, bring it to
Your
me.
texture preferences are all over the place, man. Can't be wet. Put it in a frying pan the day after, then get it crunchy.
Yeah.
You'd rather have crunchy pasta than wet pasta.
He's a texture queen.
I'm a texture queen.
He
That's
is.
right.
Oh my gosh, the chat is destroying. Lern is a monster.
Yeah.
This makes no
Come
sense.
at me. Burn me at the stake.
Do you break your spaghetti in half?
No. I'm not a total monster.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm short, but my pasta doesn't need to be.
When you make spaghetti, do you usually break it in half?
Well, it depends on the size.
No, you're not supposed to.
Whenever I was a youngster and I had a tiny little, one sauce pan, that's all I could fit in there.
Oh, man.
I watch these YouTube guys. It's two Italian guys, and they critique cooking videos. And if somebody breaks their spaghetti in half, they go, "Get the cross."
Oh my gosh,
They do like,
spoken like true Romans.
"Get the cross."
Get the cross.
And they, get her out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
They're doing
they make the sign of the cross.
Yeah, the Father, Son, and the Holy
cross.
Spirit. Get the cross.
Not approved. That's what they say. Anyway, and 3% of us never eat pasta. Never.
Who are you people? They're so fit. Get out of here.
So
Man, if
sad.
Gluten folk, probably,
If
right?
I could choose
So
fit.
fresh,
Gluten-free
fresh pasta or a day old pasta, I'd go day old.
I'm going to
every
bring
time.
you in.
Lasagna
I'm bringing it in.
sets. Oh boy, ooh, it gets it. It like it becomes. It
One.
has a soul. It takes
No.
24 hours for lasagna
It's more slippery. I
to
don't want
have a soul. Oh,
Yeah, because it sets up nicely.
You're
Yeah.
right. It turns
Woo.
into one item.
it. Sets up
Sets
nicely
up.
in the trash.
yeah, no identity, no soul until that 25th hour.
Yeah.
Everybody wants me dead. It's fine.
We're going
Whoa,
to my
whoa,
house
whoa!
for a pasta
No.
party.
No,
We're
this
making
wants
it
you
all.
bring in your leftovers.
Well, happy National Pasta Day, guys.
Thank
And
you.
also with you.
Thank you.
Did you ever see me get more excited about anything?
No.
We just talked about that for an hour.
No, I've been trying to look for an opening to give Moon the rest of his grandpa package, and we couldn't get off the pasta.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
okay.
please.
Let's do that before we hit the.
While we're
thing.
on food, I was in
I get more
charge
of a
of the
package?
food portion of the grandpa starter kit yesterday, and like a true grandpa, I forgot it at home, so I want to award you right now.
Oh, there better be some words
So
in
yesterday
here.
we gave Moon Ensure and a cane and readers.
All
and
sorts of-
Moon.
yeah.
Because and to catch you
Moon
up,
got-
it's because my daughter had. Oh right, it's because my daughter had a baby on Friday the 13th,
Yes.
And Moon, we got another grandpa on the
making
show.
me a 42-year-old grandpa. I am Papa Moon now. It's a little baby Lucas.
This
8
is the
pounds, 3
guiltiest
ounces.
show
I'm
in
so
St.
stoked.
Louis. There's not even close. This is the most gilfs per capita than any show in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Hands down.
We are the wisest show
Yes.
by far.
40% of this show is a grandpa. That's what Liv tweeted out yesterday.
Hey, first of all,
Oh, grape nuts, dude. That's his favorite.
this is my favorite.
Well,
I have been eating this since I was a kid.
I was like, you already kind of were. You're on the path to being a grandpa by liking grape
Yeah.
nuts. So
I was
went
built
through
for
those.
this.
You got him grape
Yeah.
nuts. Enjoy.
Perfection.
Thank you. I'm going to keep this right here. I'll bring
Like
in
he
some
will
of
eat
my
those.
old man almond milk. And,
Enjoy them before your dentures.
oh, what is this? Okay. Oh, circus peanuts. I've never tried these, but I.
That's a definite grandpa food.
Is it?
Oh, you have to have that.
Those
next-
orange
yeah.
billowy circus peanuts that just taste like drywall. Grandpas love them.
I'm not
Delicious.
sure what the shelf life is. 'cause
Don't taste like
these
oranges.
are not billowy.
Forever.
Here's what's crazy.
Feel how hard those are.
Oh, they're hard. Trust me. When you open them up and they're exposed to air, they like inflate.
You have
And it has-
until the 17th of January. Enjoy.
It has. You have to put it in a certain shelf where you just know every kid that comes over knows exactly what shelf
Yeah.
it is. They pull it out, grab one, yum.
Those are disgusting.
I sometimes
I love
think,
'em.
yeah,
Yeah, I love
really?
Those are gross.
You're
Oh.
a psychopath.
Here's the
dude.
ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, and then artificial color.
Get it in me.
That's all it is.
Sadness.
Okay, the next. The next.
They don't taste
item,
like oranges or peanuts, which really bothers me.
Brill cream. I don't know what that is.
Ah.
3-in-1
that's
hair
for your
cream.
hair.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
style
gonna have some Brill
strengthens-
cream. You're gonna be a grandpa, dude.
And
You gotta
conditions.
slick it back
Slick
with some
back
Brill
your hair.
cream,
Oh,
dude.
okay. So you high shine.
Oh,
light
yeah.
home.
Oh yeah.
High
James
gloss.
Dean.
Get
Yes.
yourself a
High
flat
gloss.
top. Put some Brill cream in it.
Is that
Go
so
down to the
awesome
VFW and shoot pool with the boys.
That's high gloss, isn't
Is this
it?
good
it's
for my
real high
curls?
gloss.
Oh man, can we have a high gloss day on this show where we all
Yeah.
I'll
glossed
tell you
out?
something. My Sicilian grandfather kept a tube of Brill cream at arm's length for his entire career.
Brill
Oh,
cream.
high shine and light hold. This is good.
Dude, let's
Good
slick
stuff.
back all of our hair
It's
for
gray
a
open
broadcast.
Is it good
Smell
for my
it.
curls? Yeah. What's it smell like?
Oh, dude. Take a whiff. Tell me that doesn't smell like your grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a grease paint.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds like a barbershop.
And paint.
Doesn't that smell? But that smells like a barbershop your grandpa took you to.
Yeah.
It
like
smells like
real
a
with the-
freshly painted barbershop.
With the pole,
That's right.
with the barber pole.
Yeah, the
Oh my
stripy barber
goodness.
pole.
Oh, and then of course,
Yeah, Werther's.
Werther's Original. Also, something new to me. I've never had this. So, what better day?
Those are good.
Hey, watch it. Mark Close will, if he knows the smell of those things, you open one of those, Mark Close will be in the hallway trying to steal that whole bag.
This is
so.
Mark Close
Close bait?
outside right now.
This is a Mark Close lure.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's outside our second story window. How'd he get
He's
there?
floating.
He's
what
got
the
a
hell?
cherry.
It's like
a
Lost
cherry-
Boys.
a
Don't
cherry
invite
lift.
him in.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. It was,
It's now
Right,
complete.
Grandpa.
Sorry I forgot yesterday, but now your package is complete.
Yeah, you got
Thank
the
you.
Werther's.
what? How do I? How does
It's
one?
a sucking candy.
Okay, that's what I was asking. What are the directions for attacking?
It's hard
Werther's?
candy,
Mouth
bro.
and suck.
Dude,
All
pop those circus peanuts open and let's have a moment
You know,
here.
I'm not sure this is the time. Maybe I gotta wait. Maybe
I haven't had one of these in
Robert
10
says circus
plus
peanuts
years.
are the bomb. More
Are
stale,
they-
the
are they?
better.
Gross.
They
so
come
they're
stale.
like peeps.
Yeah, they come stale.
They
Yeah,
come
but they're-
stale.
I am almost positive that it's just candy that dads and grandpas know kids won't ask for. It's just something they can have for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't want it. It's just texture.
If
I
you
don't
don't put color in it,
No.
it's packing
want-
peanut.
no,
I don't want it.
that's a
It's good.
flavored packing peanut for sure.
I love the texture and the weird taste.
Whoa, you know what?
It's
This
good.
is something I would have loved as a kid. Holy cow, that
Wanna grab
texture
yourself
is kind
one,
of cool.
Scott?
Because when you
Not
start
right-
chewing
I
it,
will in a few.
it is chewy, and at the same time, it kind of
Haven't
melts.
had that in years.
It kind of sugar melts
Yeah.
away. You know
Once
what?
you get through the wax beginning, like the waxy.
I like this. I'm afraid to admit it,
No, it's, I mean, it's okay.
and I'm
Your
kind of bummed
grandpa.
out.
Grandpa, welcome to hell.
I am bummed out.
That you
But I
like
like
circus
this.
peanuts?
I
Yeah.
got the jeans.
You got the grandpa gene, dude. It's in you. You don't even know when it happens. As soon as a grandchild is born, you just change.
It took a
Taste buds.
commitment. Like the first bite, I was
Taste
like,
buds
nah,
change.
Bro, you're going to
I
look
don't
down
know.
one day and New Balances are just going to be on your feet.
Oh, I got
You're
New
not even going to know how
Balances.
they got there.
Dude.
It's going to be there.
Oh, my first Werther's. I feel this is
Those are good too.
This is
That's
cool.
your first Werther's?
this is my first Werther's.
Have I been a grandma
Oh, they're
this whole time?
Werther's are terrific.
Yeah. You got a grandpa
Man.
soul for sure.
All right, hey, before we move on to the Team Rizz Member of the Day, we got to shout out Junkwiser, King of Junk. That is the
right.
sponsor of Rafe's Head this week. And thank you, Junkwiser, for your generous donation to the Song Society.
Yes.
Out of the week, Rafe.
Junkwiser, it's king of junk. Heavy junk, double-hander junk, and even really dirty junk. Junkwiser loves it all. And they never pass judgment, even if it's really, really small. From tiny junk to huge junk, Junkwiser is your only option. Look right here if you're watching. Junkwiser. It's the only option for personal or business junk removal in the St. Louis area. Call 314-260-7110 or visit junkwiser.com to book.
And again, we thank you for your donation to the Song Society. We got a couple weeks left of this thing. If you want to sponsor one of our heads, I mean, it just doesn't have to be, one sponsor a week.
Oh, no.
We could all be sponsored at the same time.
This is a 5-head show.
This is a 5-head show. That's 5 companies potentially that could be on our heads or brand, whatever. For more details, hit us up, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. This is great if you want to get your company mentioned on the number 1 rated show in the world.
Yep.
On camera.
Yeah, I was going to say,
For at
mentioned,
least 4 hours a
seen,
day. Seen.
talked about. It is good.
Most grandpas per capita.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Rizz at 1057thepoint.com. And thanks once again to Junkwiser.
I'm actually going to wash down this Werther's and circus peanuts with my Ensure Original.
Yeah.
You're so
that
cool.
you guys got
I can't
me
believe you
yesterday.
didn't put on ice.
Well, who cares? I mean, it's like
supposed
a
to be?
shot. It's like it's like a double shot. I'm just whoop gone.
Yeah.
Keith said the circus peanuts is supposed to taste like banana.
It does have a
Oh, yeah.
banana taste.
Yeah, I feel that.
Huh.
Yeah, that makes total sense,
Yeah,
Keith.
let's make an orange peanut taste like a banana.
And nowhere on the packaging advertise it tastes like banana.
Well, I think like originally it was supposed to, but then
I get it.
like nobody
Yeah, it makes
Banana's hard
sense.
to spell.
Nobody thinks it tastes like this.
Could
so
have
they're
made it
gonna
in the
lean
shape
into
of,
whatever.
I don't know, a little banana.
They're not far off. What does this taste like? This
I don't know,
Ensure
I've
stuff.
never had that.
Swig it up.
Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Rizz. HotShotsNet.com/Team Rizz. From Imperial, Missouri, Morgan Niebuhr is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Morgan is a longtime listener of both the Rizz Show and The Point. So thankful that the show is the light that's much needed during these tough times.
Whoa.
Morgan loves starting her day off with a laugh from the show, continues to bring her joy throughout the morning. Morgan is a fan of the constant humor, banter, really enjoys Freak of the Week because she didn't realize how many weirdos there are out there. And they're among us. Morgan Niebuhr from Imperial is our Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz.
This does not smell great. It smells like, like a kind of cheap protein.
Oh, yeah.
That's not good, right?
I don't know. I mean, it's very popular.
I'm gonna buy. Is it?
And sure. Been around for years.
Yeah, I always think of, not to like bring this down, but like when my dad was going through cancer, that's all he could really like stomach. So sick people drink Ensure.
And this is for just maintaining, because I mean, it's
Yeah, there's a ton of nutrients and things that are gonna fill you if you can't.
Have you
eat.
not heard of Ensure?
Yeah,
I have heard. I've just never had it. I've never seen a review of it.
Well,
there's no reviews.
bottoms up.
Bottoms up, man.
All right.
I'm sure it's terrible.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Well, it's vanilla.
Yeah, but it's almost
So it tastes better than it smells?
much better. Oh yeah, it's like a vanilla cookie. Oh,
Okay,
that's
well,
all right. Dude,
enjoy.
I love this grandpa stuff.
All right.
Training for this your whole life.
I'm fitting right in.
News after the break, including more on the shooting at the trunk or treat in Kirkwood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the details are wild.
Yep.
My God, Moon, did you just build a birdhouse while we were talking?
Crazy.
Absolutely, and I've got my binoculars. Look, a cardinal.
Crazy.
All right, stop with the woodworking and 7:20 traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. Lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 170 westbound at exit 6 115. We also have a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle 70 eastbound at Adelaide Avenue and delays 55 northbound between Germania and Gasconade. Average speeds down to 25 miles an hour. Your point forecast, dry and mostly clear skies, high of 69. Right now it's 42 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com. All right, so we're going to give away more VIP tickets for the Metallica experience. Taking over the iconic High Point Theater on Saturday, November 4th, the same weekend that the Mighty Metallica play in the Dome, Friday and Sunday night. You could walk the red carpet, join Cinema St. Louis that Saturday for 3 awesome Metallica concert films. So I'll be asking for a huge Metallica fan to call in and answer some Metallica trivia. Your chance to get into that VIP style. Also, I'll be taking my Tushy shots for the NFL Pick'em Challenge.
Yep.
I got 3 coming my way.
Oh, man. Now I do feel bad.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
fine.
man.
It's fine. Hey, that's what happens. And I believe I cost us the win.
Well, you and me both.
We did not do well.
we did
We
not
wound
do
up
well.
losing by 4 points.
Learn,
Overall.
don't take the blame. You actually jumped me, even though we had the same amount. Tiebreaker wise, you're not even second to last.
All right. Well, you guys did this too.
It was me. It was me.
I love how quick that flipped around.
Yeah, the Cowboys won last
I will
night.
not let you take the blame for this.
Cowboys won
Gladly
last
won't.
night, so the score wound up being 51-47. Fastlane takes the week.
God.
Cowboys.
I would argue the Chargers lost that game, but yes.
Yes,
They
if
did
you look
everything-
at the final
Man.
score, the Cowboys had more points than the Chargers.
Yes. But boy, the Chargers they had like 4 holding calls on a drive. Herbert kept just delivering dimes on like 3rd down, and then they'd get called back. It was wild.
Ugly.
If I was their offensive line coach, those guys are doing some.
Doesn't matter.
damage this week.
I got 3 shots coming my way. That's my 3rd week I've lost. I tell you what, Jamie Rivers is killing it.
He is
What's up with him?
crushing.
I don't know what is up.
He's
so
got
mad
insider
because-
information.
Yeah.
The weeks that I'm like our top, he's always one ahead of me.
He's
I think you're in
crushing.
second place and overall. Right? I think Rafe's in second place.
I've been slowly climbing. I think Moon might be up there, but I've been slowly climbing back since my week 1 embarrassment.
I'll let you know.
You think Stalter's jealous of Jamie? Like he sees his pal doing so good, and like Stalter's like, man, Jamie's killing it.
I did stop him the other day.
You know what
from
it
popping
is.
Jamie's tires.
I know what it is. We didn't think
Slashing
about
Jamie's
this.
tires.
He's about to
I've
go
been
do it.
crushing other than this week.
Yeah, you
Jamie
have.
is officially a sports announcer for a professional team.
Yeah.
He gets the scripts.
Oh, yeah.
He sees the NFL
He
scripts
sees
when they
scripts.
come out.
Yeah.
I had
He's an
probably helps
insider now.
write it.
He's on the inside.
That's BS.
I lost a lot of ground this week, and still in second place overall with 60. Jamie only has 4 more than me. Jamie's at 64 overall.
What's a Rafe at?
Rafe has 59. King Scott has 58. Rizz, you're at 55. Lern, you're at 54. Marsh is at 52. BT, 54. Stalter, 58. Kerry Davis tied with me with 60.
Who
Here's what
lost
we
for
need
them this week?
That is...
Stalter.
Stalter?
Stalter.
Okay, guys, we need to do.
Yeah.
I know you've never had a girl on this NFL pick'em, but here's what we need to do. We need to get inside Jamie's head and do a little psychological damage, right? So we need to figure out what messes with Jamie and
gotta
really throw him
make
off his game.
You got to make a cootie catcher.
What does that mean?
I assume they pull girls aside in 5th grade and teach them how to
Oh, is
make
that the thin
yeah.
origami that you
Oh, I
do the
thought I didn't know what you were
fortunes?
talking
It's a
about.
self-esteem destroyer.
That's a fortune teller.
Whatever. I've heard it called both.
Okay.
Stalter lost with 10.
I know.
mean, they had a
I
good
know.
week.
Okay, well, listen.
Nothing destroys a man's self-esteem faster than one of those things.
Do we have do we have Jamie's girlfriend's number? Anybody? She's really cool. We've all met her. Does anybody have like a contact to her? I'll befriend her, and then I will go in from the inside.
Yeah,
I'll get in his house.
Yeah, but I think Rafe is right. Now that Jamie is a professional TV
He's getting elite
sports
scripts.
commentator, he is getting the scripts.
That's he might help write them, honestly.
Wow.
'Cause I saw a lot of misspelled things this year.
All right, well. All right, before we get to news, a little normal or nope, okay? Normal or nope. Is this normal or nah? I separate by M&Ms, Skittles, or any candy that is different colors, really by color, and then eat them by least favorite color to my most favorite color. Normal or nope?
Normal. Normal. Skittles, you always start with the green because that's garbage, and then you work your way up to like the purples and
So I
oranges.
eat least favorite color to favorite color.
100%.
Little
That's
treat at the end.
Really?
I'm going to say no.
Yeah, it's
I'm going to
normal.
say nope. I don't do that.
I say no. I'll
even do
allow
that
it.
with food.
Here's the thing. Those are handful candies. That's too much. You want to separate your Starbursts? That's fine. Those are bite-sized candies. You eat those one at a time. Those are meant to be eaten one at a time. But if you start would you do that with Nerds too? If you get one of those Nerd packs with 2 flavors
I feel
in
like
it?
Skittles are not throwing a whole bunch at once,
I think it's more than one.
Taste the rainbow, dude.
I don't think you eat one Skittle at a time.
but they're different flavors.
They're meant to be eaten by the handful.
Are they really
Skittles?
different
That's
flavors?
their whole tagline is taste the rainbow.
Yeah, but
You're
you could
supposed to
taste the
have each
rainbow one
color.
at a time.
Not however.
Oh, yeah. I heard that
M&Ms.
differently than you did, but I like your take on it.
M&Ms is everything's the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Skittles, they're different flavors, aren't they?
Yeah, and you start with the green.
Are they?
It's just
Oh,
fruit.
Yeah,
Is
they
that Fruit
are.
Loops?
They're like lime.
I think it's a lie. I think
Lime
they're all
and
the
orange.
same.
I know
I think
Fruit
it's like
Loops are the
Fruit
same.
Loops. Yeah.
Yeah, Fruit Loops are the same. Skittles are different.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Now I'm
Absolutely.
For sure,
for
dude.
sure.
The green was never as good as the purple or the
You
red.
can't just
or
throw
the
a
yellow.
handful of Skittles in
Or
your
the
mouth.
orange.
Yeah, you can, man. It is awesome.
Okay, normal or nope, I never have housekeeping at a hotel for multiple night stays. I like my stuff left alone when I'm not there.
Normal as hell.
The big lie of Skittles. You see, while the candies have all the same taste, each individual color has a different scent. And because our sense of smell and sense of taste are closely connected, the differing smells of Skittles trick your brain into thinking they are different flavors.
Smell the rainbow.
Okay, so it's different scents.
There's a common misconception that all Skittles are the same flavor. However, this is not true, as Skittles come in different flavors and colors.
The internet's full of
I
lies.
want to
The
believe.
flavors are
This
What's
is
your
why-
website? What's your website?
This is why ChatGPT is all confused.
The flavors
This is
are
why we're still
influenced.
getting garbage.
Listen, the flavors are influenced by the smell of the candy, which does trick the brain into thinking they taste very differently. Skittles have various styles and options. Either way, if it smells different, it tastes different because that's the olfactory gland. It's the same
Oh,
thing.
what's the olfactory gland?
Everybody's saying the scent, as far as, the scent over taste. I don't know. Anyway,
back to housekeeping.
all right. I never have
what's the source?
housekeeping at a hotel for multiple night stays. I like my stuff left alone when I'm not there.
Yeah, normal for me.
Normal for you.
I will clean. I'm very clean, so I don't need anybody in my stuff.
I do. Man, I'm both. I like it. I like it both ways.
You like to be set up when you come back from the pool?
It's nice to have your bed made.
Just make your bed.
I know.
We just learned that Skittles suck when you're sick.
You got to tip whenever you do. I mean, like, it's just more money, right?
You talking about the hotel thing?
Yeah.
I typically, if it's 2 or 3 nights, I don't want to mess it around.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, and there's an Adam ruins everything about this. I do let them come in, even though I hate it, only because hotels have had a holdover from the pandemic where they make you ask for room service now, and they do that so they can
Not
understaff
employ.
and not pay their employees,
Yeah.
not pay their housekeeping to be there, while still charging you
When we were up at Notre Dame,
exponentially high rates.
when we were up at Notre Dame for 3 days, nobody came to make up the room, and I was okay with it.
I'm totally
Nobody
fine with it,
came
but
to
if you
do it?
really,
Nobody
if you
came to
wanna-
do it. Nobody
It
came
hurts
to
that
make up the room.
industry.
Was the disaster in there?
It was just me and the 2 kids. No, it was fine. I mean,
Okay.
But you didn't do not disturb it.
I know. No, I didn't. I just didn't come.
Whoa.
I always do not disturb. I love it.
I love it, but I fought the urge to do it because I tip either way. If it's the end of a 3-day weekend, like as a comic or whatever, I'm like, if I don't get daily, then they got their work cut out for them at the end of day 3. There's a lot of like
Good
pizza
luck.
boxes and grub. There's a lot of stuff stuffed in those
Yeah.
trash cans. Plus, it's like the hotels aren't paying those workers, man. Like they make their money by being at work and needing to clock hours. So if everybody's not getting their room, the hotel's not taking it out. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting a cheaper room. They're
Yeah.
still making their money.
Yeah.
They're just paying their employees less.
All right, normal or note, my dad and I put one sock and shoe and then the other foot.
No, I put socks on together.
Socks on
shoes
together, shoes on together.
Nope.
That's no.
Socks, then shoes, right?
Socks and shoes. This is a hard nope for me.
Yeah, nope for me. I eat a kiwi with a peel on, like the apple.
Whoa.
Like an apple.
Whoa,
That's strange.
You're hardcore, but no.
Nope, right? Nope.
Wait,
Nope on
kiwi with the little.
Are you a howler monkey?
That's a
Then
good
nope.
point.
That's a lot of fuzz, man.
Yeah, I think I eat that with the whole thing.
that. You
So
do?
with the brown fuzz, with the
Yeah.
skin, with the fuzzy skin.
Doesn't your
You
tongue
do?
tingle?
Yeah,
No way.
You're supposed to
man.
peel a kiwi.
I mean,
Are you-
it
how
tastes
mad-
hairy.
Is that
dude.
why you're so hairy?
How
Maybe.
mad you
What's
are about
happening?
it.
Put your tongue on that
Maybe
thing.
that's the secret to his gorgeous hair.
I'm gonna start eating
I don't know,
kiwi
maybe I
hair.
don't- No, I do. I'm pretty sure that's.
You got kiwi head.
You don't know how you eat a
I
kiwi?
haven't had one in a long.
John in the chat says kiwi's not bad with the skin. You
Yeah.
people are.
That's a nope for me.
Scott, this is what a kiwi looks like.
Yeah,
I'm just,
well, I know what
you
it looks
just
like.
letting You know.
But I'm pretty sure I've done the skin.
I just learned how to peel a kiwi the most effective way, and it's showing you up
With the
there.
spoon?
With the spoon.
That's why
Oh,
my
yeah.
daughter does it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I like anything that
Changed
looks
my
like a
life.
potato, and this is.
Normal or note, my husband always sniffs his deodorant before putting it on to, quote, make sure it's still good.
No, but I understand it. It's a good smell.
I do. And I don't know why, but I know when I open up the tube.
Should we all do a pit check right now? Is everybody good?
When you open up your tube of deodorant, do you smell it first?
Tube. First of all, what do you mean tube?
I don't know. You're
Putting like paste on your armpits?
No,
No, like a deodorant, like
deodorant,
a white
stick or whatever.
Deodorant stick, yeah.
I don't think I smell it, no.
I do that with markers.
Maybe when I first open it and I take that little, you pop
Yeah,
the
little
seal on
plastic
that
off.
little plastic thing, I'm like, what's this one? But I don't like do it every time. But I will say this, and I might be in the, do you count the swipes and do the same on each side?
It's usually
No.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think 1, 2, 3 for me. Yeah.
Just 1, 2.
Even subconsciously, it's got to be the same.
Check 1, 2.
If I'm like 1, 2,
1, 2, 3.
up, down,
Check
up,
1, 2.
down, then it has to be up, down. I have to know I have
Yeah.
the same amount on each side.
It's got to balance.
I can't do like 2 swipes here and 1 swipe there. I'll leave thinking about it.
Is it a solid or a gel for you guys?
Oh, solid.
That's solid.
Solid.
I have
all the
fewer
way.
nerves on the left side. And I don't
Solid, but I
sweat on
don't
that side.
like. I do not like white. I don't like. What's that considered?
Solid.
You're talking,
I use, like,
that's
the
the
clear-
antidepressant. That's
clear
the,
stuff.
that's
So
the
you're a gel.
antiperspirant.
Lose the aluminum free.
Yeah,
it's not gel
aluminum-free.
though.
So you're
It's still like a
just
hard,
getting deodorant,
Oh, but
It's
it's,
like the
clear.
blue.
I know
yeah,
what
it's
you're
either
talking
clear or
Tom's
blue.
or-
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like the white chalky stuff.
which is usually the antiperspirant, I
I
believe.
use the brand Oars and Alps. Ever hear that brand?
No.
Pretty good.
I use Secret.
I
and
remember when he tried an aluminum-free one. He came in, it was like, this is the dumbest. And then remember your wife bought you the rock, the crystal?
She's like, use a rock. I go, what is this?
your arms stick together when you use the aluminum-free ones, right? Like you.
I
kinda
have the
feel
aluminum
sticky?
free now, but I found my brand.
You did.
I found the brand.
I'm full aluminum.
There was a time,
Give me-
though, he was coming in with just a
You
crystal.
of all people.
Yeah. I'm
Give me
full
all the
metal.
aluminum?
Give me all the aluminum. I mean, I'll probably
I'm
regret
very
it later.
surprised.
Are you?
I'm all
Yeah.
aluminum, too, man. It's all good. I mean, keep it under 21%,
Is it all good?
maybe.
I'm the $8 extra strength secret because I don't want to sweat it out.
Seems all good.
I hope it's all good.
He came
Stinky?
He came in with this crystal that
Got
had
sticky feet?
that had nothing on it. He would just rub the crystal on it, and like we were waiting for him to smell. He never really did.
What
Granted,
crystal?
we're not doing
I
jumping
don't know.
jacks.
My
or
wife got
anything.
this
Amethyst?
stupid hippie thing. I don't have no idea.
Quartz.
I don't know what it is.
But
I don't use it. This was a long time ago.
This was the beginning of the show.
This was a long time
Oh,
ago.
okay.
But
Okay, I'll try-
he's like, I'll try
it.
it for a couple months, and we're like, oh, here it comes, man. We're gonna smell this
No,
guy.
I wasn't. Listen, I wasn't stinky.
Yeah, we never did smell.
Normal or nope, I count stairs every time I go up them.
No.
No, not anymore. I did as a kid.
I have sometimes, but no.
I went on a walk yesterday and I thought to tell you guys I don't step on cracks. Like I was on a sidewalk and I do my best to stay within the cracks.
Like you're conscious of it?
Yep.
Does
It's
the
a
song
weird
go
thing.
through your head or
Nope.
little rhyme?
I don't really step on cracks either when I'm just walking in the city or paying attention. I try to like math it out,
Me
like
too.
way well ahead of me.
Yeah,
Stride
I'll
it
do that
out.
too.
Yeah.
I'll do that too.
My big thing and what my
Just
big
something to do when
Yeah.
walking.
When I'm doing my silent walk.
my big tick, and I always have a beat or music going on, and my kids are always making fun of me because I'm always like showing where my beat is by walking or clicking or doing something like that, you know. But I have a tendency that, well, especially when I'm driving or I'm walking straight, like straight ahead, I will find monuments that are around, like let's say the boards here in between this window, and for some reason I'll need to do something physical, like tap my fingers together, something very silent that nobody notices, when I feel like I'm directly in between the two. Anybody else have that?
No. That's
So
cool.
like light poles, if I'm on the highway, I'm always if I'm driving on the highway,
Psycho.
those big telephone poles, or electric poles, like
What the hell's wrong with
there's
you?
always like a beep, 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 needing in my head, like it's happening in my head, so I have to touch my fingers together or tap something. Nobody?
No.
I like that you thought counting stairs was weird, but you're
You
that's
took,
it.
you took it up.
You took it
down
up.
a couple notches.
You guys don't do that at all. Like you never like notice things in your periphery and need to like find a middle point.
No. No.
All right.
You need to go see somebody.
Well,
Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news sponsored by.
Barton Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
All right, so a little more on that shooting at the trunk or treat in Kirkwood. And
Yeah.
I'm reading from STLtoday.com. A St. Louis County cop told people at an elementary school Halloween event that they were, quote, all going to die before firing about a dozen shots in the air, according to court documents released on Monday. Again, I'm reading from STLtoday.com. Attendees frantically ran for cover, tried to shelter kids who had been separated from their parents.
Oh, my God.
Matthew McCullough, 39 years old, charged Monday with 4 counts of child endangerment, 5 counts of armed criminal action, 1 count of making a terrorist threat, and 1 count of unlawful use of a weapon, all felonies.
Yikes.
To the person who tackled him, thank you, whoever you are. Does the article
I
say?
think it was a group of
Was it a
people,
group?
but if you see his mugshot, it looks like they roughed him up a little
They
bit.
beat the hell out of him.
Looks like he
Just
lost
like
yards.
looks like they roughed him up a little bit.
I have a friend of mine who had a friend who was there, and she said that it was awful. That
Yeah.
the families are still shaken up. There's, the Kirkwood children. They got therapy animals at school now. Like, it's a whole thing now.
Oh, bring on the therapy animals.
Bring them in. What a mess.
Yeah, my wife's got a friend who was there, and it was terrifying.
Sure.
Matthew McCullough, a police officer, joined the St. Louis County Police Department as an officer back in December of 2017, is the son of former St. Louis County prosecutor Bob McCullough. So the story goes, he arrived around 4:30 at the trunk or treat. Police said he approached several people, made death threats. Somebody eventually shoved McCullough after he threatened the person and their wife. So this guy was just an a-hole all around when he got to the event. Got in somebody's face. That person shoved him to the ground. He fell to the pavement, and while surrounded by hundreds of children, stood up, pulled up his shirt to display a handgun and a badge. McCullough then fired into the air at least a dozen times while shouting again that everyone would die. I can't imagine what the hell that was like to be there.
And the kids
with
are all
your
going
kids there,
trunk to trunk. They've been doing this for years. Sweet event.
Here's the thing: you go to this event, and we've all been to trunk or treats. And you get there, and if your kids are of a certain age, you just let them go.
Yeah, you just let
They're
them
with
go.
their friends.
Yeah.
They walk around. Now you got some lunatic shooting in the air, yelling, everybody's going to die. You don't know where your kids are. I can't even imagine,
Right.
the terror.
Not only that, but think about why you're at a trunk or treat. Think about why trunk or treats exist. It was out of safety precaution.
Yeah.
It was parents that are like, I'm not comfortable with my kid walking around the neighborhood by himself, so I'm going to go ahead and take him to this confined area where I know where you are, and we're all going to be in and out in X amount of time for safety's sake, and here's this guy.
Yep.
Where's his mugshot? I want to see it.
Yeah, pull him up.
Please.
Oh, yeah, it's just look up Matthew McCullough. It's pretty much in every news site.
Was he a former police officer?
No, not former, current.
Oh, current.
He's 39 years old.
You just think he snapped? Like, I don't know, like, what is the motive here?
I'm thinking this guy, you see his mugshot,
Oh, yeah.
Beat the hell out of him.
They gave him a little bit of that swamp justice.
Several people tackled him, took his gun from him. Nobody was hurt. McCullough's family, and this is on STLtoday.com, has held leadership positions for decades in law enforcement. His father, Bob McCullough, served 28 years as St. Louis County's elected prosecutor before losing his re-election back in 2018. His uncle, Joseph McCullough, is a retired St. Louis City police officer. He is the top prosecutor in St. Charles County. His grandfather, Paul McCullough, also a police officer, killed while on duty back in 1964. They're saying, let me see here, Matthew McCullough's wife filed for divorce in March. They were married in 2013, separated last October. They have 2 kids that go to that school. And they said he had a crazy smile on his face.
Wow.
As he was doing this. He's looking at some time.
Good. Can't be doing that, man. What the hell are you doing?
He's looking at some time. So
it'll be interesting to see if the Nepo seems like a good bit of
I think
Nepo
this
baby.
is such a big enough. This is such a big case, and there's so many people pissed off that there's no way.
Can't help him out.
No. No, I can. Okay.
Do you think he was like? Oh yeah, he looks a little rougher in that one.
Your dad could fix a speeding ticket. This is not a speeding ticket. This is something way, way worse. And the terror this man caused, not only the kids but the parents.
Well,
Terrifying.
did he have children there?
Yeah, 2 kids.
Okay. Wow.
Man, I just wonder if he was on something. If he has
Or he
substance
snapped.
abuse issues, or if he's just completely snapped, or what.
Yeah, don't know. I don't know. But that's all we know right now. And I heard yesterday morning that it was a police officer. Remember, I think I said it off the air. I'm like, I'm hearing it's a police officer. And that was the case.
Right.
That was the case. In other more cheery news, we got another Top Golf opening up.
What?
Missouri's second Top Golf location is going to open Friday. So that's St. Louis University at 64. Have you seen the nets?
Yes.
Have you seen the big nets there?
I've seen the poles, I guess. I haven't seen the nets.
3 levels, 102 climate-controlled outdoor hitting bays, the lounge-type furniture, the high-top tables. We all know Top Golf. But the fact that this place could sustain 2 very close to each other is
Pretty crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to do well, I bet, between the City SC games and everything.
Well, the one out in Chesterfield is booked up all the time.
Popping. Yep.
All the time. Any time of day you drive by there, that parking lot is full.
But I think it's full because that area, I mean, even with now Forehands and with the factory over there, that area in Chesterfield is like if you want to have like a good time, but you want to have the space to park and it's a very chill vibe, this downtown Top Golf is going to be like, hey, man, the bustle of the city. You want to hit up a City SC game and then hit up Top Golf after or vice versa?
I think it's great. I wonder what other city has 2 Top Golfs.
Right. Kansas City doesn't have 2. They just have 1.
Do they? The one at have you been to the one at Chesterfield? What?
I know. I've driven. I have been to it. The Kelium used to run comedy shows out of there briefly before the pandemic.
Helium?
Yeah, they had like a package where you would go to the comedy show and then hit balls with your friends. So they had like a little makeshift club that they had made, and truly god awful shows. Nothing but drunk chets entire audiences of drunk chets and chads who think they're funny because they're with all their buds, with their golf polos tucked in, slapping each other on the back, telling the most hack jokes.
Yep.
Thinking like, I'm going to shine. It's Chet's time to shine.
Yep.
Just god-awful shows. So I've been, but never hit balls there.
Multiple cities. Atlanta has 3. Chicago's got 2. DC's got 2. St. Louis is going to have 2. Charlotte, North Carolina has 2.
Well, I was thinking, I asked how much money you need to open up one of those things.
Just imagine that being something we brag about.
We got 2 Topgolfs. 2.
St. Louis.
What do you mean we're not
You
a
didn't
major
know we
city?
got 2 Topgolfs.
Those things are so expensive to open, but man, first of all, it's not cheap.
Well, even for us non-golfers who hate the sport like myself, I enjoy
Yeah, me
going
too.
to
Yeah,
Topgolf.
I like
Me too.
Topgolf.
Great drinks.
Great drinks. Food's good.
I like the heated, like when you go and it's kind of cooler, but they got the heat and it's it's not environmentally friendly, but I like that they got the heaters on. You can kind of chill outside and watch
They have
your
nice clubs.
good clubs.
Well, it's going to bring 400 jobs to the area over there,
Nice.
which is nice. Depending on times and days, pricing can range anywhere from $15 an hour to $58 an hour per bay. The other Topgolf, obviously in Chesterfield, earlier this month, the property's owner was being pursued in court over late taxes. So hopefully they got that all worked out, and we all could hit balls. We all could hit some balls.
It looks
the
like
kids
fun.
going over there. Yeah, it's fun. Even if you don't play golf. It's fun. Hit a couple balls, have some drinks, have some food. Something to do with the kids. Okay, I thought of this. I thought of Lern when I read this story. If your toe was hurting for a couple weeks, would you see a doctor?
Yeah. I'm at not even a couple of weeks. It's a week. My toe really hurts. Help me.
Or would you wait until the thing nearly fell off? Honestly, I'm a nearly fall off guy.
Dude, I pay so much money for health insurance. We are getting ready to enroll in our new health insurance here at Hubbard, and Tim and I were looking over that last night. I'm paying so much per paycheck for health insurance, dude. I'm using that health insurance.
I know, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Use it. I got to go get an MRI on this knee.
I know,
It's costing
I
me
understand.
another $340 just for the MRI.
See this?
God, so silly.
I mean, I'm not somebody that runs to the doctor. If I got a sniffle, something's got to be wrong.
It depends on what I think.
Something's.
Like your toes falling off, it's wrong.
No, if my toe's gonna fall off, then I'll go. I think I should see a doctor.
It depends on what I think it is. If it's your toe, I'm just like, it's a toe.
But you can't walk on it. You hurt.
Yeah.
So a new poll of 2,000 Americans found 2/3 of us won't go to the doctor until something feels "quote unquote" extremely wrong.
Yeah. The nice thing is,
Until then, we'll wait it out.
the nice thing is, I'll get about 3 or 4 complaints in, and my wife is like, "You got to go."
And that's my wife too.
She'll just be like, "Okay, like I'm done hearing about this. You got to go. You just need to do it."
And by the way, and it's mostly men that are like, "Oh, I got to wait till it's extremely wrong to go to the doctor."
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? Just go.
I don't know. For a toe?
Honestly, for me,
Yeah.
it's money right now.
Nah.
For me,
An
every time I
example
go,
was
it
the
costs
toe.
me more and more money.
An example
I'm just
was
sick
the
of spending
toe.
money on it.
The toe is the toe is
Which toe?
It doesn't matter. I would just use that as an example.
got 10 of them.
Pinky toe, I'm not going. Big toe, I'm there.
You're going for the pinky toe.
I am. You're right. I'm there before anything
Lern's
starts
going
hurting.
for a pre-toe wellness check.
I want to live.
She
to
wants
go
to
to the
catch
toe
her.
doctor.
She
You know
wants to
what
catch her
sucks?
toe problems early.
Is I'll probably die first out of all of you, and I'm going as much as I possibly can.
Okay,
to
so
stay alive.
one reason we don't go is it seems like you never know how much you're going to end up paying, even with insurance.
That's why I don't.
But money isn't the only reason we avoid doctors. The top things we hate about doctor's visits include sitting in the waiting room, the time it takes in general, being touched or examined, shots or other procedures that might be painful, and just general fear and anxiety.
And let's not forget, let's add one to the list, the amount of times I've gone and it wasn't helpful.
Yeah.
That I go and I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, doctor. Yeah, I don't know. Here's, like, I've gone so many times where they're just like, could be this, could be that. Don't know.
There's also I made an appointment yesterday, and today it doesn't hurt, and here I am. I swear yesterday my toe hurt.
Toes a bad example.
Whenever I lived in Moon's basement, my boys, they started hurting real bad, and this was about a full day, and Moon's like, dude, you just got to go. So I went to the ER. This was around 11 or something at night, and they, obviously don't care. So you come in there like, we don't care about you or anything, and they put you in a room, and then no one comes in. You kind of peek out the door to see if anyone's even worried about you, and they're on the computers laughing, having fun over there, and then eventually a code blue happens, and so then they go focus on that, and I was like, you know what, I'm just leaving. So
Which they should.
did nothing.
Dummy
They did
Danny
nothing.
on the feedback says, I went for a bee sting and for chiggers. No, I didn't go for the bee sting. The chiggers, though, that was my wife's like, you got to go because this stuff is spreading.
Right.
Well, back to Scott really fast. There has to be, and I know this, that medical professionals, all of us have charts, and there's notes in our charts on our personalities that we don't get to see that like doctors will share. Like,
No way.
Yeah. So I know that whenever I go to and I love my doctor, Dr. Z, when I go to
You're
see
keeping
her,
them in business.
She knows that she's got to handle me with, like, I am in there. The hypochondria level is at 100. She's got to, we have to have a talk. She's so sweet to me and deals with me in such a beautiful way.
So they must know
how do you know
I hate wasting time because I was there till about 4 a.m. and all I got from the doctor was like, I don't know, you can go.
Wow.
Nothing. There's just absolutely nothing.
How do you know about this personality? This back
I got
end
doctor
chart?
friends.
What?
inside scoop, man.
I'm so curious as to
Hey,
what all of ours say.
Hey, and your kids got profile. Like, they know. You come in, they have little notes.
Oh,
Say,
there's an episode of Seinfeld about
the dad's an a-hole. So
where Elaine was
buckle
put
up.
on a list of being a patient that was extremely difficult.
Yeah.
No
And she
way.
couldn't get off the...
And I love it. I think it's great.
couldn't get
I'm
off the
not
list.
dogging on it at all. I think that helps their job, makes us feel better. So
Rite Aid. Are there any Rite Aids in the area? Rite Aid? Will they file for Chapter 11?
I want to say there are.
Not in St. Louis.
Rite Aid, like a CVS or Walgreens, they've filed for Chapter 11. Reported losses of $3 billion over the last 6 years. The company's only reported $1 billion in assets, facing competition for more costly friendly alternatives and legal expenses from its part in the opioid crisis.
I thought we had
It's a
Rite Aid
bummer
here.
that Rite Aid's closing because, ironically, they're closing because of this, but they have the best prices and always had better
Rite Aid?
sales, but I don't think it worked
Oh,
out.
there's one in Springfield, Illinois.
So with Rite Aid filing for bankruptcy, the company plans to accelerate store closures and sell off some of the businesses.
Bummer.
I heard Walgreens pharmacists are going to walk off Friday.
Walk off
Planning on
for wage disputes.
Yeah, I mean,
for
a
what?
whole host of
It's wild right
a
now.
whole host of different gripes.
Really?
I don't know much about it. I've seen that they've organized and they're planning to walk off. So people are like, oh my God, I got to get medications.
It's a walk off.
Yeah, because they're kind of understaffed, and so if you're the pharmacist, they're demanding you to be there a lot more than they've ever demanded.
They make good
and
money,
they're not
though,
giving you extra.
Don't pharmacists make good
Compensation.
money?
I think so.
Yeah, but also the hours.
The hours
You
are
might be
crazy.
working 15 hours, 7 days a week. It's
Yeah.
brutal right
They
now.
deal with a lot of
at
old
those
people,
places.
too. Old, grumpy people.
Yeah.
And they deserve every cent they could get. God bless them. I salute you, pharmacists.
Yes.
I always feel like I'm making their day when they're like, do you have any questions for the pharmacist? And I'm like, nope.
Nope.
I can imagine the questions they get asked.
I feel like they're like, good, thank you.
and the
Wonder if
people
they
they have
have
to deal
notes.
with.
Do pharmacists have notes too?
I don't know about that.
They're doctors.
They should.
They're like,
Oh, they
this
know the
guy's
difficult
a real
patients.
pain. This guy's never going to be happy no
Scott
matter what you
Rizzuto
do.
curses a lot.
Here comes
He's going to
old
try to get his
Ernie.
refills early.
Here comes Ernie, who's always needs his pills.
Can we ask to see those notes, by the way?
No, you cannot.
I
Those
thought
are-
legally ICD-10, I get to see my medical records, all of them.
You can see medical records, but you can't see personality.
Wait, I
notes
got them
on-
pulled up right here in the dark web.
I'm going
Let's
to
see
ask
here.
next time I'm in.
Let me
See
see
it?
my notes.
Let me see them.
All the
See my
notes.
notes. Not those, the real notes.
Doc,
Let me
Doc,
see those real.
what you've been saying all these years about me.
Personality notes, Doc. Show them to me.
Well, they put
I'm
stuff
going to
in there-
schedule an appointment just to see my
No.
notes.
They put in there about your job, like every time I come in, like my doctor's like, "How's the radio station?" And like, "Oh, you just changed." And,
Still there.
It's real sweet that they know little
Oh, so
things.
it's those types of notes.
Yeah, it's
personality
good.
notes so they can feel, so they can brush up and make you feel like
bedside manner.
they know you. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay, so that's what you meant.
But-
I thought you meant like
Yeah,
they're
but
like
they also
passing
write-
around going, this guy's a
Known to be
douchebag.
difficult.
They also put in there like could be difficult. Obviously think she's dying at all times.
Yeah,
You know what
hypochondriac.
I'm talking about?
I mean,
See,
can you imagine those
says
guys that
here.
think they're funny too? So like, some of them are like putting notes just to make the other guys laugh, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Pain in the ass. Huh?
Most likely we'll have a deep conversation and start crying in your office. You know.
Oh, God.
no.
You know.
Here she comes. Ford is recalling around 238,000 Explorers after an investigation found that a rear axle bolt can fail, which could cause a loss of drive power or allow the SUVs to just roll away while in park.
What's wrong with that?
Makes it fun, man.
These are the
You ever seen that happen?
2020 to 2022 models.
You ever seen a vehicle unmanned, a moving vehicle unmanned? You ever seen that happen?
No, not in person.
It is frightening. It's like watching a bullet in slow motion.
You mean like if it's falling down a hill or something?
Anything. So I grew up on a big road, and this cat across from us, older feller, got out of it. I think it was a station wagon or something. So big heavy car, right? Got out of it, forgot to put it in park. This thing, his door was open. Imagine this. He's stepping halfway out like this, and he got out and it started rolling backwards. And he tried to kind of like, get back in it. Went underneath the door.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully, didn't get run over, by the tire. But this now station wagon with the wood paneling and a door open like this goes whoop across all 4 lanes of traffic. Doesn't get hit.
Wow.
Ramps up into our driveway, comes down and crashes into the garage.
That's wild.
If somebody was walking there,
Right.
dogs, cars, any of that kind of stuff. When you see a car moving in slow motion without a person, it's like you're just going, oh.
Affected Explorers included the 2020 to 2022 models. The National Highway Safety Administration investigated the issue after 2 complaints that previous recalls to repair the axle this year and in 2022 didn't work. So Lattice is going to start going out November 6th. Ford dealerships will replace the axle bolt and bushing for free. Caitlin on the Twitter says, nurse here, we don't have hidden notes, but we do have chart flags and keywords we use to describe people. So that's notes.
Yeah, Penny says.
Those are hidden notes.
Penny says, quote, patient told me to F myself. Will continue to monitor. Written at a time or 2.
Yeah. And finally, so everyone nowadays is pushing, mobile wallets and contactless payments. And there are some places that don't even accept cash anymore. I gave my daughter, she wanted a hot chocolate from the hockey rink. I gave her $5. She comes back, she goes, they don't accept cash. Let me get your credit card. So are people still carrying cash around? A new poll asked people how often they pay in cash when they make an in-person purchase. How often you pay in cash?
Probably 1 out of every 40 purchases.
I never do. I never do anymore.
I can't say never.
I never do anymore.
I can't say never because sometimes I have cash and I'm like, oh, there it is. I got to get rid of this and I can't write this off.
I never pay
so.
cash anymore.
Never?
Unless they don't accept a card.
Do you have cash on you right now?
I do, but I never, it's been this, it's.
Get your wallet out.
This stack of bins.
How much money you got on you right
The
now?
stack of
20 bucks.
Benjamins has been in my wallet for years.
It's usually like, all right, if the kid needs something,
You got $20.
I have $25.
Nice.
But this has been in here for, God knows how long.
Yeah, after band gigs, because we all, we get paid a certain amount and we divide the money up. And so, that's the only time I have cash ever.
Veteran money.
So I get that.
Do you pay cash all the time?
I used to. I used to be a big cash guy, but I'm kind of started to. I think it's because I worked in the industry. When I worked bartending and stuff, I always had cash. But now I'm kind of getting to be a swiper.
I'm a swiper.
Dude,
Not even a swiper anymore.
Yeah.
Now
Chipper.
I'm a chipper.
Apple Pay is where it's at. You guys got Apple Pay on your phones?
I do.
I do. I use
That
it
is
sometimes.
Crazy.
That is the most convenient thing.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
But I do
Yeah.
I like using cash at small businesses because I feel bad making them pay the credit card fee kind of stuff.
I don't even think about it.
Can we get
Maybe
rid
I
of
should.
that? Why is there a credit card fee? Why?
Well, how the credit card's going to make?
Yeah, they can't make money off our debt.
They're not making money off the interest.
7% of people say they always pay in cash. Another 14% say they usually do. On the flip side, 8% say they never use cash. Another 30% say they rarely do. So you'll probably be in the rarely category. Would you guys be a rarely category? I'm a never guy.
I'm a rarely.
I'd say very rarely.
Yeah, rarely, I guess.
Can't say never though, because I mean, on occasion,
It's
for
fun.
whatever reason, I'll have a couple 20s around. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I got to do something. So like groceries, I can't get around just buying groceries. So I'm always telling my wife, like, hey, let's use this cash the next time we're at the grocery store.
Well,
we try to do it at the grocery store.
The interesting thing is that, well, now if you go to the grocery store, if you go to the self-checkout, most of them don't accept cash.
Yeah, you got to find the one that accepts cash.
And the interesting thing here is that young adults are the most likely to say they always pay in cash, while older adults, especially boomers, are more likely to say they never pay in cash.
Which is wild, too, because my parents were always the cash is king people.
Yeah, that's a boomer thing.
Cash is king.
Not anymore. They didn't break it down by payment method, so maybe the never cashers are using, credit or debit cards for convenience and safety rather than whipping out their devices to use, tech like Apple Pay or something. I don't know. I got a credit card that's got pretty good benefits. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, I might as well reap the benefits from using the credit card.
Yeah. For us, honestly, for me, it's not even about convenience. The reason I use the card is because it's easier to track my stuff. I can track it and go, wow, I spent too much on this, or I forgot about this and need to track this. You know what I mean? Like it's an organizational tool for me.
Yeah. Yeah, good for budgeting, and you know exactly where your money's going.
Exactly.
All right, that is your news. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we're looking for a big Metallica fan out there. Big Metallica fan. We need you. Big. We want to give somebody a pair of VIP tickets for the Metallica experience, taking over the iconic High Point Theater Saturday, November 4th. That's the same weekend that the big Metallica, the two shows at the Dome are, Friday night, Sunday night. So you could walk the red carpet, join Cinema St. Louis, Saturday, November 4th, for 3 awesome Metallica concert films. You got to be 21 and older. So it's like a Metallica film fest. And you never know who's going to stop by.
Right.
You never, I'm not saying anybody. I'm not saying nobody. But you could be there. I'm going to give a huge Metallica fan a chance to go VIP style. So what we're going to do is Lern's going to ask you 5 Metallica questions, Metallica quiz questions. Each question is worth a max of 2 points. If you answer the question without taking the options, 2 points. If you need the options and you get it right, 1 point. So out of the 5 questions, 10 possible points max, you have to get 7. 7 points max. Mm-hmm. 7 points minimum, to get these VIP tickets.
7 points to win.
7 points to win. Scott, find me a Metallica fan. And no, I don't have tickets to either of the shows. So you should probably have tickets for that already if you're a huge Metallica fan. Yeah, Scott, make sure the person you get today has tickets to either one of the shows.
Ooh, okay.
Make sure they got tickets. Yeah, you have to have tickets to a real huge Metallica fan.
That's in the snake pit already.
Regardless of what's going on that weekend, already has tickets.
Yeah.
I don't care if your kid's getting married.
Right.
I don't care if it's your kid's confirmation, there's a graduation,
full weekend.
whatever.
You have both shows.
314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Metallica quiz and your emails next. All right, so we got this Metallica thing here. VIP tickets for the Metallica experience taking over the iconic High Point Theater Saturday, November 4th. Same weekend that Metallica's in town playing the Dome, Friday and Sunday night. So this is the day off. Walk the red carpet, join Cinema St. Louis on that Saturday for 3 awesome Metallica concert films. Now, I'm asking for a huge Metallica fan out there to call in. We want to give these tickets to, a true fan. Not going to waste these things. So we got Doug on the phone. Doug, good morning.
Morning. Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, Doug. So you going to both shows already?
Yes, sir.
All right, tickets for both shows. So you are a true Metallica fan.
Yes.
All right, so Lern is going to ask you 5 Metallica questions, Metallica quiz questions. I think these are, as far as difficulty goes, medium to difficult.
Yeah.
Right in the middle, medium to difficult. So each question, max 2 points. 2 points, you get the full 2 points if you answer the question without taking the options. If you take the options, you get 1 point. So 5 questions, a possibility of 10 total points. You need to get 7 points to get the VIP tickets, okay?
Right.
Okay.
That all makes sense?
We'll do the math, Doug. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll math it out for you.
Okay.
All right, Doug, here we go. Your first question.
All right, Doug. Number 1. Who invented the name Metallica out of the band?
Lars Ulrich.
All right, that's
Remember,
your final,
if you want the options, ask for the options. But
final answer. All right.
final answer, Lars.
Final answer, yeah.
All right, number 2. How many times has the legendary Black Album gone platinum in the U.S.?
Options.
Options. All right. Is it A, 10 times, B, 14 times, C, 16 times, D, 9 times, or E, 6 times?
So platinum is 1 million sold.
Million sold.
16 times.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Number 3. Which kind of guitar is James Hetfield's signature guitar?
Options.
Options. Here we go. Is it A, a Gibson Les Paul, B, a Gibson Flying V, C, an ESP Explorer, or D, a Gibson SG?
Gibson Flying V.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
All
Okay.
right. Number 4. Who played the bass on the album Saint Anger?
Hello?
Hello?
Doug, you there?
Doug? Doug?
Doug!
Doug!
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, you there, Doug? Doug!
Doug!
Told you not to play a game and go in a tunnel.
On the album Saint Anger.
Oh,
Doug, we could hear
radio.
Learn.
Radio off.
Turn your radio off, Doug.
Doug, we're
Hello?
still here.
There you go.
Can you?
Lost you.
Oh
Okay.
no! Can you hear us now?
I'm gone.
Oh,
you're here.
Doug, no, we can hear you.
No.
Doug, we can hear you, Doug.
We're still here.
We're still here, Doug.
Stay positive.
Just start shouting answers, Doug.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
No, Doug,
We're
no.
over.
Don't get
I
dis-
lost it.
No.
don't get
Okay.
distracted.
All right, I'm going to put him on hold, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put him on hold.
All right,
We still have 2 questions to go.
Doug. Don't you dare look up that last question.
See if he pick him up. See if he's there. Because I don't know if that's a me. I think that's a him problem.
I think it's a him problem. I mean, we don't move.
Usually it's a me problem, but I think in this case it's a him problem. Is he there? Scott?
Scott.
Feeling fairly
We
confident.
lost Scott, too. Same tunnel.
Scott.
I feel like
Are you
kinda,
going to call?
I feel
You
like-
going to call him back?
Okay.
I feel like he kind of guessed at number 2, but he's feeling pretty confident.
He's feeling confident.
Yeah, he's feeling good.
Right?
He's feeling good.
I mean,
he seems like a nice guy too.
Now
nice guy, Doug.
he's used the options for 2 and 3. He's out of options, right?
Oh, can he not use them? more
Well,
than
he's
once?
got to get 7 points.
He's got to get 7 points. So, I mean, do we tell the people where his scoring is? No.
No, well, he doesn't know what he got right and what he got wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that would be unfair. And he is listening. As
He
we
is
know.
listening,
He is
as we
listening.
know.
He is listening. I think he's got to sweep out. I'll just say you no more options for
No
you.
more options, Doug.
No more options for Doug. Doug, you there?
I'm here.
All right,
Sorry.
Doug. Here we go.
That's all right.
Doug, no more options. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Word. That's just a hint. A hint to you.
Here we go, buddy. All right, number
Okay.
4, Doug. Who played bass on the album Saint Anger?
Robert.
Okay. It's Robert Trujillo. Give you that.
All right.
It's Robert Trio.
Okay.
Okay. And number 5, what was the job of Lars Ulrich's father?
Options. I don't know.
Give him the options.
Yeah, options. Was he a doctor, a sound engineer, a cook, a professional tennis player, or a musician?
Tennis player.
All right. Show me tennis player with the options. All right.
All right.
Here we go. Let's go over these. You got to get 7 points.
Here we go. Doug, you, number 1. Who invented the name Metallica? Doug guessed Lars Ulrich.
And he is
correct.
Correct. Yes. So 2 points. Did not take the options.
What about Metallica? What about Metallica?
Well, it
Fuck
was
that name,
almost
Metallica.
Metal Mania. That was going to be Metallica's name otherwise. And so, they went with Metallica.
Lars came up
Wow.
with the name Metallica.
So much cooler.
Okay.
All right. No, and you got that right, Doug. So that's
That's
2
2
points. Number 2. How many times has the legendary Black Album gone platinum? Doug took the options and he guessed it was C, 16 times, and he was correct.
That's correct.
So that's 1 point. So we're up to 3 points now.
So that's just in the U.S. 16 million copies sold in the U.S. alone.
That's amazing.
I think total, sold over 50 million. Over 50 million records.
Wow.
Goodness.
Now remember, 10 million is
Diamond.
Yeah, so they have a diamond record with that.
Okay.
All right, number 3, Doug. Which kind of guitar is James Hetfield's signature guitar? You did take the options for this. You guessed it was the Gibson Flying V. That is incorrect. It was the ESP Explorer.
Now, he has played the Flying V.
Yeah.
But his signature guitar is the ESP Explorer.
Right.
So got that wrong.
All right, so we're still at 3 points. Number 4, who played the bass on Saint Anger? And he said Robert Trujillo. That is incorrect. It was Bob Rock.
Bob Rock, the producer,
Yeah,
played.
It was in between Newstead and Trujillo. And Bob Rock.
Bob Rock played bass on Saint Anger.
So we're still at 3.
Yeah.
And finally, what was the job of Lars Ulrich's father? And he took the options, and yes, it was professional tennis player. So got that right.
Professional
So
tennis player.
4 points.
4 points.
Did not get
Not
the
gonna do-
set.
Hey, but you want to play tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we'll call you back tomorrow. Okay. Keep his number.
I got his number.
Let's call him back tomorrow.
Heavy
We're going to get
metal
him into
Doug.
this thing.
We'll get him. We'll get him in.
We're going to get him into this thing.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen a second chance playing with a human.
Second chance.
It's pasta. It's
It's
National Pasta Day.
Metallica.
So
That's what they
happy.
want.
Day.
So
It's
happy.
National Pasta Day.
All the
Doug,
other Metallica
here's-
fans are like, what about me?
Here's a wild idea. Maybe don't ride up and down in an elevator
Right.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
when you
Seemed
play.
like a good idea.
All I heard was dinging and your phone cutting out. Maybe that was a little distracting. Maybe take 5 at your elevator operations job. You're still that guy running maybe he's the guy running the thing. They still have one.
Still in need.
So Lars's father, Torben, which is
Torben.
a badass name.
Hell
so
yeah.
badass.
Torben Ulrich?
Torben Ulrich was a professional tennis player.
He has
Dude,
one of my
of course he
favorite.
would be.
He has maybe my favorite movie quote of all time.
And it is.
It's from Some Kind of Monster when Lars is showing his dad. They're in the studio. He's in the control room. He's showing him a whole bunch of stuff from the record, and he's showing him this one piece, and it does this thing, and Torben's just sitting there, kind of like rubbing his beard, and he goes, "I would say." He's asking him what to do with that track, and he said, "If it were me, I would say." Delete that. And it's the greatest moment because it goes back to Lars's face, and he goes, "We were going to lead the record off with that track." And dude, I'm telling you, it is just it's magic father and son. It's magic band stuff. It's like it's the perfect studio thing where one guy thinks this is the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, and somebody else goes, "Delete that."
Delete.
Craig says on the feedback, not to be an a-hole, but I think just taking people for the contest that have tickets to the concert is wrong.
Oh.
Some of us couldn't afford tickets, and this contest is a way for us to enjoy Metallica without spending a fortune. Well, listen, if you were a huge Metallica fan, you would sell a kidney.
Yep.
Okay?
There's plenty of them.
You have 2.
Yep.
We talked about the Some Kind of Monster film because you haven't seen it, right?
I've never seen
Oh,
it.
it's so good.
so good.
I just
It's when they go into therapy.
Everybody that's
It's good.
hated it and it's what a mess. And so I was just like, I don't know if I
Oh, it
want
was
to
a
go down
mess.
that road.
It was nice. All right, let's get to 2 emails, Moon.
Okay.
RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Time for 2 emails.
All right. What's up, guys, and Lern?
What up?
So, what would you do hypothetically if you found out your boss has lied to you for the past 2 years about raising the amount of money you're supposed to bring the company an hour, only to find out it's a ploy so he can collect a performance bonus? Meanwhile, over this time, it's probably cost me between $15,000 to $20,000 in overtime pay, and even shortened my weekend hours throughout the year. I love the work I do. I make decent money. I have company stock and a 401k, but I cannot overlook this. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm engaged. I got a new house, and I can't afford to lose my job or honestly catch a
what's
charge
happening
for what
here.
I want to do. Just reaching out for some rational opinions and advice, a gracious, hardworking, happy employee of a company that shall not be named. He's saying that he found out that his boss is shorting his overtime pay for bonus.
Oh, you need to go to HR,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's illegal. If that's really what's happening here.
You need to go. If it's a reputable organization, you should probably have like an HR person that I think you should have a chat with.
Yep. And
So
there's
basically, your
advice.
boss is stealing from you, but you like what you do. What? No,
Well, it sounds like this person's boss is the problem. So
Yeah.
they like what they do.
that's a shame.
Yeah. Go to HR.
Yeah, go to HR, man.
Don't be afraid to go through the process of the protocol of professionalism. That's what they're for.
Yeah, don't be a sucker. That's the money owed to you.
And he's getting paid from it, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he said the boss is getting a performance bonus.
Based on this guy's work
for
that he's
fewer hours.
Based on this guy's work, that he feels he's being shorted for.
Yeah. And he says how much he's lost?
15 to
grand?
20K.
Yep. HR that. HR that, baby. Next.
Okay.
Or sleep with the boss's wife.
These are the options. Clearly.
Always an answer.
Or the boss's husband.
Or the boss's
Or the
husband.
boss's husband.
Yeah.
Either way.
And
Not
you-
about
and-
sex.
No.
It's about revenge.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. And your fiance will understand. Mm-hmm. Your fiance will understand.
Those are the rules. Mm-hmm. Big yikes.
Or you go to HR. But I would go.
We give good advice on this show.
Great advice.
All right. Well,
Yeah, what would you do, Rafe? Sleep with the wife or husband
Or whoever.
or whoever. Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah, or mother. Yeah.
Hot mom? Hell yeah.
poor mother. Yeah.
Next.
All right. Well,
Can't make your dad stay late.
all right. I'm going to read this one. Here we go. I'm a podcast listener, so forgive me for being late to the party. Friday show. Phew. As an autistic person with ADHD, listening to Rizz go on and on about time blindness not being real was kind of a punch to the gut. Just because you don't have something doesn't mean that it's not real. None of you are doctors or therapists. So to laugh at people brave enough to say that they have this condition, shame on you. It's weird you don't get political or share your views on some topics, but you'll openly mock people for saying that they need a little extra help. I'll listen to the show differently from now on. Jessica.
Okay. Time blindness, sure, that may be a thing. That may be a thing. But it shouldn't be your excuse for everything, for your existence.
And we were referencing someone that was using that excuse to not have to be on time for a job.
Right.
Right.
I don't think any of us said that the concept of what it's being named, time blindness, is not a thing. All of us actually
Never.
said that we have it in different ways. But
I don't have it.
We have pins, we have clocks, we have all sorts of things. All of us
This
have.
person suffers from a second affliction called selective hearing because I responded to them, and I don't want them to feel stigmatized or anything like that. We never said it. We said it was most definitely a symptom of ADHD.
Yeah.
Right.
But that it was also a symptom that needed to be managed by the afflicted.
Yeah, and also you got to understand that everybody's not going to bend to the will
Right.
of somebody who is
Right.
time blind,
Right.
And also some people,
if that is a thing.
the same way some people say flippantly, that's just my OCD. I'm like, do you have OCD?
Right.
Or is that just a funny thing you like to say when you're being an a-hole?
Yeah.
I think some people take on these afflictions that don't actually have them.
Yeah, dude. And this might trigger somebody. This may trigger a lot of people. But just the use of a word and applying it to something, and then the tendency to use that as an excuse to
Right.
As
not
your excuse
overcome
for everything.
Yeah, to not overcome a symptom of something is prevalent. And we're not saying it's your issue. We're just saying it's prevalent. And I will use the example of the word anxiety. I never heard the word anxiety. I certainly felt it. I was terror. I was full of terror going to middle school. I hated it. That was anxiety. But I didn't have a word for it. I didn't apply it. I didn't hear it every 15 seconds from everyone around me.
Right.
And I will say, there's a ton of us that deal with like legit anxiety, but we're not always chirping about
I
it
also think-
all the time. And the problem with chirping about it all the time is people that don't really suffer from it apply the word and the concept of it to
I also
everything
think
now.
when you make up a term like time blind, it turns off a lot of people. Sure, you may have ADHD,
And that's a real
you
thing
may
that
be
can be
autistic,
diagnosed.
and you need extra help.
Sure. Yeah.
And I understand that. But when you start going, how do you expect me to be here at 9 o'clock for this job?
Right.
I'm time blind.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody like
So you now have to adjust the way you work to accommodate my quote unquote
Right.
thing I just made
Yeah,
up.
because somebody's hijacking the term and using it in an application that it does not belong. They're ruining it for people that actually suffer
Right.
from
And for
certain
context, if you weren't listening, it was someone who went into a job interview
You're right.
and said they expected the manager of this place to adjust because they were time blind and they wouldn't be at work on time. And the question was, will you be leaving on time? Because are you only time blind one way?
Right.
So it wasn't a catch-all. It was a specific contextual argument about time blindness. And also, I love a special called Thank God for Jokes where Mike Birbiglia talks about he's explaining why jokes belong in the hands of comedians. And this is a comedy podcast. I think we can say that, right? For the most part.
Sure. Sometimes.
To some degree.
Yeah.
We joke about stuff on here. We cut it up. We have a good time. He tells a joke about people with peanut allergies, and everybody laughs. And he goes, now everybody laughed at that joke. But 3 people in here have peanut allergies. And they're like, hey, man, F you. That's a real thing. And he goes, I know, but I have to joke about something.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough, you can always find.
Oh.
There's always going to be
Please.
a percentage of the population who will be offended or hurt by a joke.
On National Pasta Day, thank God I'm not time blind, because I would roll right through al dente and make.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I got a pot full of mush.
Right. Also, you guys make fun of me every day about my anxiety, and I do have general anxiety disorder. My therapist has diagnosed me, and I have hypochondria. But hey, I'm at least self-aware enough to go, I'm a freaking crazy person, and I do have these things, and they do suck, but I understand the humor in it as well, and I think that's how we have to exist.
And the
Spencer
people that
says, unless you are blind, you could still see clocks.
Yeah, and the people that are taking away the seriousness of what you're dealing with are the ones that aren't in your situation that will go, I don't want to go do that. And it's because of my
I look
anxiety.
back at the
You know what I'm saying? Like using it as a shield,
service animal thing.
as a smoke screen, and it's ruining it for people that really do need help and a little bit of extra compassion here.
Jessica
It's ruining.
Jessica, I'm sure needs extra help, and I'm not taking away anything from what Jessica has.
Right.
It's like going to Scott Air Force Base, and we always see service people with dogs, with service animals, who are and those service animals, the dogs are just
integral parts of life.
Just a godsend for these people.
Yeah.
Really, really need it. But then you got the my service boa constrictor.
Right.
Because I just want to bring my boa constrictor everywhere. But it's a service boa constrictor. No, it's not.
Right. Yeah,
You're ruining it for the people that actually need service animals.
But in a spirit of overcoming too, because we all have we all have symptoms from different things, and what we should be focused on is overcoming it. And part of overcoming it is not necessarily using it as a shield. And I'm not saying that I have no compassion for people, because listen, dude, with the anxiety thing, that was a major part of my life. Major part. And one of the things that helped me get over it was I just was like, this is who I am. This is one of my quote unquote weaknesses. How do I turn it into a strength? How do I use the difficulty?
And humor is a strength. Just like to Rafe's point, finding the humor in something and being able to air it out and release the gravity of something so dire and scary helps it.
Yeah.
So it's okay to laugh about things and also have compassion. Dualities exist.
Listen,
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Overcoming.
And listen, Jessica, I feel bad that you feel like we were,
attacking
making fun, attacking you, or what you really do, suffer with. It was more of this person who was applying for the job is a douchebag.
Seemed like they were using it as an excuse.
Yeah, it seems like using an excuse.
And I don't want anyone to ever mistake you can joke about something and still have empathy for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I am an addict. I suffer from depression. I joke about these things. I'm also a veteran, and I see people on stage during improv scenes make funny, goofy combat scenes. If you choose to view things through a single lens, whatever that is, whatever your single lens is, whether it is your ethnicity, your sexual preference, whatever if you're constantly viewing everything through a myopic lens, then you become one-dimensional and you're not.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? If I chose,
and nobody wants to be around you.
If I chose to put my veteran glasses on, and that's the only way I see things, and I see someone on stage during an improv show being like, "Here comes a jelly grenade," and I'm like, "Hey man, I have friends who died in combat. Not cool." And I take that off the table. You can't joke about that. Well, eventually everything comes off the table because someone's going to get their feelings hurt. So it's better to just most of the things we say are tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think we don't have empathy for your
Know yourself and
one
don't be
more.
offended by anything, because it's not a big deal. We're all just moving
We're
forward.
all going to die.
We're all overcoming
We're all
it,
gonna
moving
die.
forward.
Think about that.
Here's
Don't
the
tell Lern that.
here's the next one. Good morning, everybody. I was listening to the podcast
Crazy.
from Thursday, and I couldn't agree more with time blindness being a silly excuse to be late to a job. I have severe ADHD, and I deal with time blindness legit. I was always late when I was a kid, but I learned how to manage my time because I did this thing called being an adult by setting alarms, reminders, learning the world does not revolve around me. I even have a reminder to take my meds in the morning because even that I will forget. Love the show. 6 out of 5 stars. Jonah. So
All right.
that's just
The other end of it.
We got a lot of emails on both sides, that were saying kind of the same thing. And the common theme of all the emails was everybody saying, this is definitely a real thing and it's a symptom of my ADHD, but here's how I handle it.
Okay. You can't win.
Nah, can't win, but we're just trying to
You can't. You can. Everybody will be all right.
fuel for positivity.
I hope so.
Fuel for positivity.
I hope so.
Got to coexist, man.
Use the difficulty. Turn it into a superpower. It is a weapon.
Yeah.
All right,
It's a feature, not a bug.
Let's take a break. Crab on Celebrities next.
I'm going to keep talking through the break because I'm break blind, unfortunately.
Yeah, keep going, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll accommodate.
Thank you.
8:43, Tuesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. The biggest race of 2024 is Sunday, June 2nd. It's time to lock in your NASCAR Cup Series tickets now at www.raceway.com. Things are starting to clear a little bit, but we still got a lane closed due to a stalled vehicle. 70 westbound at Airflight Drive. Also, delays 70 westbound between Kings Highway and Missouri U. There is a right lane closed due to a stalled vehicle. 44 westbound at Vanaventer. Your point forecast dry and mostly clear skies. High of 69. Right now it's 44 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Beer is electric. Famous people are on alcohol tours. And who drank a gallon of vodka a day because he liked the way it made him feel? Fret not. Chuck Norris is going to save us
gallon,
all.
2 gallons.
2 gallons, excuse me. Pope Francis makes some whoopee, and the best horror villains, hello, of all time. This list is so...
You are language blind.
I'm
currently.
language blind, and we're going to trash this list. It's awful.
Doesn't that mean you can't read?
Yes, I have a reading deficiency.
No, that's word blind.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We got that. We got your crappy birthdays, your porno birthday, and is it okay for a 39-year-old single guy to go to the Taylor Swift movie?
Yes.
By himself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Travis Kelce. It's okay.
It's okay, buddy.
We'll chop it up next. Ooh. How much money did Taylor Swift make with the new movie of hers?
Oh my gosh, it was like what, $69 million in the opening weekend?
A gazillion dollars.
Yeah.
You serious?
Mm-hmm. Oh, huge.
That's wild.
Tremendous.
It's a new music business.
Did you see that people were upset
Yeah.
that you got all these teenage girls dancing in the seats,
right.
dancing in the aisles? What do you expect? I mean,
Right.
it's a Taylor Swift concert film.
So it's wild, man, because there's like a couple different complaints that I was seeing about the movie experience, and one was all these girls singing and screaming as if they're at a
Right,
concert,
as if they're there.
and they're disrupting. I just want to watch the movie, and then you got the other side, which is these people aren't even like real fans. They don't even know all the words.
Right. Yeah, some people I just want to sit here and just watch.
Well, my daughter was like, she didn't care if you were quiet or if you were participating loudly or not, but she felt like it was wrong to be in there if you weren't like a real fan. And she's like, half the people around me didn't even know the words to all the songs.
123.5 million globally.
Geez,
Oh,
right?
my goodness.
Okay, so this was something that was posted on a forum yesterday. And they write, this is a guy, I'm a major Taylor Swift fan, which is not surprising until you find out that I'm a single 39-year-old man. I've always just loved her music and don't see it being any more weird than me liking the music of any other artist. Her fans are very possessive of her and sometimes are not nice to other fans.
Oh, I don't think that's true at all.
Despite knowing this, you don't...
Oh, I don't
The
think they gatekeep
Swifties-
at all.
Are you out of your mind?
Dude, they make the friendship bracelets. They're excited.
See, my daughter was so excited.
Man, they are super possessive. When they mobilize, look out.
Here's the thing. I don't think my daughter, my daughter's a sweetheart, but she and her friends had the bracelets. They were expecting it to be like a concert experience where people were going to be trading, and that's why she was bummed because she went and people were just there for the movie, and she's like, "What? I thought I was going to have, she thought it was going to be like a B version of the concert that she went to."
All right, so this guy writes, despite knowing this, I went to the Errors movie at the theater over the weekend. None of my other friends wanted to go with me, so I went alone. I knew I might get some looks, but the reaction was far worse than I had expected. I actually had two women ask me where my family was.
That's weird.
I also noticed that no one would sit near me in the theater, and it was really packed. Was I so wrong to go to the movie by myself? Do you think I was unfairly treated?
I mean, people were on the other side of that. People are probably like, who's this guy coming to where all the little girls are?
You're right. Even though I'm sure innocent, you really are a Taylor Swift fan. You went, it just could look weird.
It could look weird. You
It could look
gotta
weird.
be self-aware.
And you got to understand that.
Yeah, but it sucked. I'm glad that he went, and I'm sorry that happened to him. I mean, he wasn't a weirdo. He's a fan.
If what he's saying is true, he's a fan. But you got to understand, it looks weird.
Yeah.
You're a 39-year-old guy who goes by himself to a place where there's just going to be teenage girls screaming and dancing on the. I'm sorry, it's weird.
I'm waiting for this to come out so I can watch it at home. I will watch it because I watched her documentary that was on Netflix about Americana, Miss
Yes.
Americana, and it was great. So I love concert documentaries like this. But yeah, I'm not going. I don't dress up for it. I'm not a huge Swiftie, but I'm very interested in the culture and the story of it all. So maybe he should have done that. I don't know.
Rafe, I mean, you can see how this is weird, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could see where you could be alarmed as a parent, you know? Maybe wrongfully so, maybe unfairly, judgmentally so.
Yes.
But I could see where, as a parent, if I saw a dude hanging out in the theater by himself, 40 years old, no kids, no wife, no female accompaniment, around tweens, dancing and giving out friendship bracelets, that I'd be like, what are you doing, man?
Right.
Hey, Henry, what business have you here?
Yes.
But at the same time, I mean, I guess it's for everybody, right? T-Swift's for everyone.
Taylor is for everyone. She sure is. She sure is. Yeah. Hey, listen, guy. Hope you enjoyed.
Sorry it happened that way. But
Sorry you had a bad experience. I don't know.
It's the fun.
Tell weird men to stop showing up places and ruin it for the good guys. All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because isn't that kind of, her concert's kind of like a 39-year-old man going to a cheerleading competition thing just by himself.
Right. It's like in Little Miss Sunshine at the end, whenever there's like the one single guy at the the beauty competition, and Little Miss Sunshine gets done dancing with her dad and her brother and stuff, and that guy's the only guy that stands up and claps because he was so into it. Like, that's a weirdo.
Yeah. You look like a perv. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say you look like a perv.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
And
If I took my daughter and I go, oh, I'd keep my eye on him. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being overprotective. Sorry.
The creepy guys of yesteryear have ruined it for the good guys of now. So I'm sorry, but do something about it. I don't know.
I would just wear a shirt that said "not a creep."
And that should cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe he should have
Honestly,
dressed
man,
up.
that's what I'm saying. Wear a shirt that says "not a creep." Just love Taylor. Get off my back.
Yeah.
Lean
Cat
into it.
dad alert.
Get off my back.
My people.
All right, today is October 17th. Back in the day, 121 years ago, 1902, the first Cadillac. 1902, the first Cadillac was completed in Detroit. 107 years ago, 1916. And I miss Jeff dearly when this little factoid comes up on this particular date because Jeff's ears always perk up. 1916, A Daughter of the Gods, starring swimmer/actress Annette Kellerman, premiered with the first nude scene in a major feature film. Sadly, no copy of this film is known to exist anymore. 92 years ago, 1931, Al Capone convicted of income tax evasion. He was sentenced to 11 years in prison, released 8 years later. Capone died a powerless recluse in 1947 after spending the rest of his life an invalid, crippled by syphilis. 44 years ago, 1979, Fleetwood
band.
Mac releases the double album Tusk. What'd you say?
Crippled by Syphilis is actually a great local band. You should check them out.
Crippled by syphilis.
Yeah, it's really good.
36 years ago, 1987, Hans and Franz debut on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
34 years ago, 1989, an earthquake strikes San Francisco just before the third game of the World Series. Between what two teams?
It was the Giants and the...
What year was this?
1989.
Was it
A's.
Padres?
Yeah, A's.
A's, that's what
It was the Battle of the
Dang
Bay.
Battle
That's
of the
right.
Bay.
Battle of the Bay. The A's, Giants, and an earthquake in San Francisco.
Yeah, LaRusse.
Before the third game of the World Series.
LaRusso won that, right? Wasn't that the Dave? Who's the tall pitcher? He's like 6'8".
Dennis Eckersley,
No, not the closer, starter.
Dave Stewart.
Dave
Oh,
Stewart. That was
yeah.
Dave Stewart series, right?
You're the Eurythmics, Dave Stewart.
Yeah, I just remember that
Not
video
that.
of one of the ball players running over and grabbing a
Rizzuto.
kid from the stands and trying to bring the family down for
Dude,
safety.
so it was a 6.9 on the Richter scale, killed 67 people, caused more than $5 billion in damage. All I remember is the Bay Bridge collapsing on top of itself.
Yeah.
Like that section.
yeah. And you saw the
That
the
haunted
cars.
me
Yeah, dude.
for years.
That was the news. That was like the news go-to. That was the clip of the news for months.
That same day, Billy Joel's Stormfront was released. 26 years ago, 1997, Warren G regulated on Garth Brooks with a lawsuit alleging that our dear Garth, had infringed on Warren G's trademarked circled G logo.
What?
Oh, yeah, Warren G sued.
I never knew that.
They eventually reached settlement, allowing both of them to use the letter G as their logo.
Crazy.
That same day, I Know What You Did Last Summer hit theaters. And it's weird. It's an interesting story about that movie. So, everybody know that movie? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did you see it as a ripoff of Scream?
Yeah.
No, it was that same style. It was just silly and fun. And
Like Ghostface
It was sometimes considered a ripoff of Scream. Kevin Williamson actually wrote both movies. But he wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer first.
Oh, no kidding.
So, and he tried to sell it, but no movie company would take it. And then he wrote Scream, which then went to become a phenomenon, and he had no trouble then selling I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And it's such a shame because and we're going to get to this in this list that I have for you guys, but Ghostface is such a lame villain.
Yeah.
Whereas the fisherman, slasher guy was kind of more mysterious and scarier because it was more realistic. I don't know. Ghostface is just such a lame mask.
Yeah, but it's a mask that you can sell and everybody can be.
Guess that's
You know
true.
what I mean? It like brought in the culture could like touch it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh my gosh, that's that silly mask. I want that silly mask.
So, also in theaters that same weekend, The Devil's Advocate.
Oh,
That
Al
movie
Pacino.
rules.
That movie.
Keanu Reeves.
That is Al Pacino at his Pacinoest.
He is the devil.
yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I love Keanu Reeves. I think he's a cool dude. I think that he is a national treasure. Deserves to be protected
At all costs.
at all costs.
The women agree.
That being said, never has the chasm in acting ability been so wide as to watch Keanu try to do a Southern accent in Devil's Advocate and go in and out of it the whole movie.
Oh,
while
yeah,
Al
that's right.
Pacino.
Yeah, and Charlize Theron over there
man.
having a breakdown. He was calling.
I don't lose, I win. It's what I do.
He does go in and out of that accent.
He tries to yell at Al Pacino in the office.
Oh, go look up.
Maybe it was your time to lose.
Look up Al Pacino's lines in Devil's Advocate. Just him. He yells the entire movie.
Yeah.
Vanity. Oh, and he's filthy too. Oh man.
Great hair in that movie.
Pacino. Oh, I may have to go watch that today.
Yeah. Keanu and Nicolas Cage in Con Air went to the same Southern accent acting coach where they just kind of waver in and out of it the whole movie.
Yeah. All right, that's what happened back in the day. Is that the one where it says Pacino? Is that the one where it's like, she had a great ass?
I think so.
It might be Heat. I think she got a great ass. Your head is all the way up it. I think that's Heat.
Is that Heat?
I think so. I saw an interview with him about Heat, and he said it was never on camera, but that he and the director had decided that his character in Heat was did cocaine. So he was like, that was why that character was so tuned up all the time. The cop that he played in Heat had like a small cocaine problem.
Even the still shots of Pacino in this movie are him yelling. It's got his mouth wide open. Look. There's another one. He's yelling there.
You're right. And he's yelling at Hank Azaria. Here it is. Oh, I hope he doesn't.
Will we
There's
get
no way you
copyright
can.
infringement if we put on the I don't lose, I win?
And he doesn't.
No way you're
I
gonna
hope
be
he
able to
doesn't-
play this.
He doesn't curse. In it.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
We need that as the drop.
That's Hank Azaria being yelled at. Yes. I may have to hear it again. Hang on. I'm sorry.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
Yeah.
That's Heat, though, right?
Yeah, that's
great.
good. Yeah, you're right. All right, Lern, what do you got?
It's Crap on Celebrities brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best. Flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com 636-600-0188.
Yeah, that speech, the great speech
With
from
the fire in-
there's no way
in his
that is
office?
clean.
Yeah.
No.
Guys, Tommy Lee says that he used to drink 2 gallons of vodka a day because he liked the way it made him feel. Now he's 1 year sober, had a full body health scan, was told by a doctor recently everything looks great.
2 gallons?
Oh, yeah,
2
he's
gallons.
on Bill Maher's podcast.
Club Random.
Which I listened to. Did you listen to it all?
Yeah, I was listening to it yesterday. And you and I were talking about Tommy Lee sounds like the most just dumbass guy. Like, he's so lovable, though.
He is.
But he's like a golden retrievers are smart, but like I don't know, he's like a dog.
Poodle.
Like he's just
like a puppy.
Yeah, he's like a puppy. And so, but
With
no,
a giant dong.
I loved how they were talking about if they had to get day jobs, what they would do. And Bill Maher was like, "Would you want to come be a stripper with me?"
Yeah.
And Tommy Lee's like, "I will strip right now," because Bill Maher down in his Club Random like man cave had a stripper pole that is getting worked on. And so he thought it was so ironic that Tommy Lee's getting interviewed and that the stripper pole was not available
Yeah, he's
out of all
getting
the
it,
interviews.
What is it, repolished or something like that? Getting it fixed.
Upgrade.
And just so you know, and I believe Tommy Lee that he drank 2 gallons of vodka a day.
Yeah.
Like at the height of Motley Crue. That's wild, isn't it?
And he's not even California sober. Like Bill Maher smokes with all of his guests who partake, and Tommy Lee was like, "I'm not
He's
touching
not
any
doing
of this
anything.
stuff."
So just so you know, so Tommy Lee's on Bill Maher. Rob Halford from Judas Priest is on Mark Maron's podcast.
That's next up.
Excellent. Yeah. It's excellent.
I've gotten to talk to Rob Halford twice, and it was cool. He's a great guest.
He seems like, and he's a very good guest on Maron.
Yeah.
And he talks about everything. Coming out of the closet, everything being. He says that Judas Priest is the first heavy metal band.
Well, so Black Sabbath and Judas Priest came out of Birmingham, England, and that's kind of interesting because it was an industrial town, and so to have bred such a base ground for metal out of Birmingham is kind of interesting.
And he said the only reason he says that is because, most people say Black Sabbath is the first heavy metal band, but Tony Iommi says, no, we're a hard rock band. We're not heavy metal.
Any Rick and Morty fans in this room?
My son.
I saw a couple seasons recently, probably started over the summer, because I had no idea what it was. And when I first turned it on, I was like, I'm going to see if this is something me and my son can watch. Nope. Because boy, is filthy. It's
this
the
is
filthiest
another
of
Scott
filthy.
Rizzuto great parenting moment. My son's like, hey, you want to watch Rick and Morty with me? And I go, okay. And it's bad. It's filthy. I mean, it is beyond
filthy.
Beyond filth. And I go, okay. And
Well, there's a 7th season
he's a good
coming
boy.
out. He's a good kid.
He's a good boy.
Adult Swim revealed the replacement voice actors for Rick and Morty on the show's 7th season premiere on Sunday night since parting ways with the co-creator and star Justin Roiland. Ian Cardoni will be the new voice of Rick Sanchez, and Harry Belden will be the new voice of Morty Smith for the show's upcoming season. Adult Swim fired Roiland in January after he was charged with domestic violence.
And by the way, just reading into that, Justin Roiland, who's the guy he voiced Rick and Morty, they said aside from doing the voices, he was pretty much hands-off the last couple seasons anyway, as far as writing goes. As long as you get two guys.
Is Dan Harmon still involved?
Dan Harmon is involved, yes.
And I just put in the crap on folder. There's some audio. So if you're like curious about if you missed the promo and you're like, well, what is this going to sound like?
Dan Harmon was the creator?
Him and Justin Roiland, yeah.
Oh, okay. The pair.
All right, here we go.
Any progress? I found the version of me that killed my wife. You just missed it.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Can I ask if you're currently a hologram?
Yeah. Hold on. 1 sec.
A little different. A little different, but
a little. I mean,
after an episode
it's
or
close
two.
enough.
Not enough to bother me.
Okay.
Me neither.
Chuck Norris and Vanilla Ice are going to be battling the undead in an upcoming movie that we didn't know that we needed called Zombie Plane. It was shot in Australia earlier this year. Chuck Norris allegedly can cure a zombie by biting it, and he will be playing himself. And allegedly, Vanilla Ice has some crazy anti-zombie powers too.
What?
Zombie Plane will also be starring Sophie Monk. It was shot in her home.
Sophie Monk.
Sophie Monk.
Wow.
Who's that?
She used to be
Get
in a lot of the
these
teen
mother
movies.
effing zombies off my mother.
Sophie Monk used to be in a couple of these like teen movies.
She's cute.
Back in the early 2000s.
I don't know who this is.
You know her
lips.
face.
Oh my goodness.
Unless she changed the way she looks, right? She got big
lips.
Big lips.
Yeah, very,
Zombie Plane is what this movie will be called.
very pretty, but I don't know if I recognize her.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about like all the parody movies that Chris Pratt's ex was in? Like, wasn't
Anna
she?
Faris.
Remember her from
Yeah, Anna
1980.
Faris. Anna Faris was like the parody movie
She
queen.
was in a bunch of those kind of
Like
movies.
Scary Movie and
Sophie Monk. Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg met Pope Francis recently, gave him some Sister Act merch because he's a huge fan. He told Whoopi, quote, "One of the best things you can do for people is to help them and to have joy and help make them laugh." Whoopi says Pope Francis made her reevaluate her relationship with the church, quote, saying, "He was quite amazing. He's exactly what I hoped he would be, which is a pope for all people, regardless of religion, which I appreciated. I also wanted to thank him for all of my gay friends and all of my divorced friends because he said, listen, God loves you no matter what. Come back to church."
Sister Act 2 is the better one. Back in the Habit.
I haven't seen them in so long. I loved them
They're
though
great.
in the 90s.
They're great.
Sister Act.
We watched them with the family a couple months ago. Great.
They hold up. Kendall Jenner went on a tequila tour across the Midwest, visiting different campuses, including U of I. She stopped by pouring shots, sharing samples with all the college goers. And she went to an off-campus bar called Cam's, where she hosted her 818 happy hour takeover to a very large crowd. And so Jason Momoa is on his vodka tour, and he's in town today. He's in town right now.
Can you feel it?
I can feel when
I can
he
feel-
hit the ground.
Feel
I
his
can feel it.
presence?
It
Feel
vibrated.
here now.
Momoa energy.
Is he flying private? I bet she comes in.
I
Does
bet
he
he
fly
does.
private?
I don't
Or does
know.
he
Got
come
to,
in
right?
commercial?
Kind of one of
He
those
probably
guys
won't
that I
fit on a
wouldn't be
commercial
surprised for
airplane.
either.
He won't fit on a commercial airline.
He rides a motorcycle
talking
into
about?
town.
He's just such a beefy, gorgeous, just beefcake
Not
man.
12 feet tall.
In my brain, he is.
Regular guy.
By the way, if you're on the Jason Momoa tour today with his Miley vodka, he's going to be at the DePere Chinooks from 4:30 to 6 p.m. It's going to be
And
a
what is he doing? I
madhouse.
wonder what he's doing tonight.
You better bring an extra pair of panties, am I right, fellas?
Tesla is celebrating a launch of its latest electric
If you
vehicle.
cross into DePere, your panties will
Yeah.
start to sizzle.
Yes, they just evaporate.
Aquaman's in town, and the forecast is wet.
Where's the lie? There are no lies of what we're talking about right now. Manchester Road, it's flooding.
That's the front door of DePere Chinooks opening and closing all day long. We need another mop.
Clean up on aisle 4.
They put that grip tape down on the floor now.
It's like being at SeaWorld in the front.
Bring your boogie board to the DePere Chinooks.
Yes. In other
That's
alcohol
why they call
news,
him Aquaman.
Tesla is,
All right, sorry.
Tesla is celebrating the launch of its latest electric vehicle, the Cybertruck, with a limited edition beer. There's Cyber beer now, guys. It's brewed and bottled in California by Buzz Rock Brewing Company. It's a Helles lager, which is Helles.
Can't wait to not drink this.
And then, it's 7% alcohol by volume. It comes with an angular design to mimic the Cybertruck. Costs $150.
Good
and you can
Lord.
buy it now.
For what? $150 for what? Six pack?
Just one little beer.
For a beer?
Whoa.
Does it say it's in an unbreakable bottle, and then when you try to break it, it smashes immediately?
Exactly like the Cybertruck. Yes.
Love it.
Somebody else went into the Bear Schnooks.
And when is that coming out? Oh, you mean
soon.
4 years?
Soon.
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 Just like the
I'll learn one more.
One more. Dolly Parton's memoir, Behind the Scenes, My Life in Rhinestones, is out today. And finally, Entertainment Weekly has ranked the top 20 best horror villains of all time. We're just going to go top 5 since...
Horror villains.
Horror villains.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees is on the list, but not top 5. He's number 10.
Freddy.
Yeah.
Freddy's number 8.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers is number 5.
Who would be number 1?
Exactly.
This is horror film only, right?
This is horror films.
Are they
yes.
going to count Ghostface?
Ghostface is number 7.
What about
the
Exorcist?
mom.
No Exorcist.
Jigsaw.
No mom.
The devil in Exorcist.
No.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw number 17.
Hellraiser. Pinhead.
Pinhead is on the list.
good call.
Number 14.
Jack Torrance.
No Jack Torrance.
Candyman.
Kathy Bates from
Candyman
Misery.
is number 6. No Kathy Bates.
Candyman's number 6, guys.
Guys, this top 3 just upsets me
The
as a
werewolf.
horror fan.
So is it like
Who?
The werewolf.
Werewolf
The original.
is
OG
in top
Wolfman.
20.
so-
Bela Lugosi.
Dracula.
Dracula.
yeah,
Dracula's number 1.
You want to hear my Dracula impression?
Yeah.
Bleh.
Very good Rizz. Okay.
Good,
That's
man.
it.
That on
You
the
know
board.
what?
Nice.
Dracula's not a bad number 1, right?
Oh, that is.
Hey, I guess he is
pretty good.
it's a classic.
I mean, the leader of the vampires, you know.
he is the guy.
Yeah, he's kind of
There's
the, I mean,
scarier
he's the
people than
guy.
Dracula. I don't know.
yeah, definitely, but he's like the Tom Hanks of this.
Frankenstein's monster.
Number 3. Yep, you got it.
The Mummy.
No.
What are we? So we're looking for classic here, obviously. On
No.
number two.
The 2 and 4, which you need, 60s and 90s.
90s.
60s and 90s.
Think about
90s.
horror films of the 90s.
Titanic.
No.
Candyman.
Nah, I
I
already
already
said
said
Candyman.
that, buddy.
Pumpkinhead.
No.
60s.
Chucky.
No.
Chucky.
Chucky's not even on the list. That's
not
why
a
this is
Swamp
trash.
Thing.
No. Swamp Thing is on
The
there. Top
Blob.
20. No Blob.
Swamp Thing's not even a bad guy.
Whoa, give us another clue on the 60s one. This is the
60s classic Hitchcock.
Birds.
Oh, Psycho.
Norman Bates.
And then number 2,
need
Hannibal
to
Lecter.
That's good.
And that's your
good.
crap on celebrities.
Oh, man. Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Holly Holm, that's the MMA fighter who gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. She's 42. Eminem is 51. Chris Kirkpatrick. I did not know that they had the same birthday.
Yeah, it's weird.
Had a
One
little
of those
beef
weird
there.
trivia.
He's 52. Wyclef Jean is 54. Ziggy Marley, 55. Mike Judge, the genius creator of all things good, is 61. Alan Jackson is 65. Bill Hudson from the Hudson Brothers. Kate Hudson is his daughter with Goldie Hawn. Bill Hudson is 74. George Wendt, that's Norm on Cheers. And Jason Sudeikis is his
Uncle, yeah.
Jason Sudeikis is George Wendt's nephew.
Yep.
Didn't know that. He's 75. And Michael McKean. Michael McKean is Spinal Tap lead singer
David St.
and guitar
Hubbins.
player. David St. Hubbins. That's all you need to know. Michael McKean is 76 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Jessica Jewell. And today's birthday girl's been in 257 fine films, including Action Sports Sex 5, Ass Crunchers, Backseat Driver 2, 4, and 8, Booty Duty 3 and 5, Hot and Sticky 2, Moon's Favorite, Mr. Moon's Public Perversions 1,
Wow.
Well, there it is.
Nasty Filthy Cab Rides 4, Poke a Hot Ass 5, Put It in Reverse 3, Sea Sluts 5, White Trash Whore 9, and who could forget a role in 1994's Tongues on Fire. Jessica Jewell is 52 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays. And that was your crap on celebrities. All right, after the break, I got to take my medicine. 3 shots coming my way, 9:19. All right, welcome back to the show. We got time for sports. Here we go. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportbook. Flag football is about to become an Olympic sport for both men and women. It'll make its debut in the 2028 games in L.A. along with squash. Returning to the games in 2028 are cricket, lacrosse, baseball, and softball.
Okay, here's what I think is cool. So flag football, I bet you'll get a couple ex-NFLers.
Really?
Yeah, what do you think?
We're almost NFLers.
A couple ex-NFLers who will get in on Team USA. I think I read something like Rob Gronkowski. I was like, man, I'll do it.
That would be cool.
That's fun.
That'd be cool. And the fact that they took baseball away and now they're bringing it back, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well, and cricket and lacrosse.
I don't care about the rest of them.
Cricket hasn't been played in the Olympics since 1900. I
is
think you would,
wild.
if you watched cricket for a while, I think you'd actually dig it.
It's so cool.
I've tried to watch. You ever tried to watch cricket on?
There's a bunch of dudes at SIUE that used to play they play like indoor cricket. And I used to, like, at the track that would, like, go around the upstairs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Stand up there and, like, watch them.
I know,
I still
it's
couldn't
right.
figure out what was going on.
Well,
but
and
it's fun.
that's the thing. My son doesn't like baseball, but that's because he does not want me to explain the rules. He doesn't know how it goes. I mean, now he does. But if you learn the rules and learn the
I'm
game,
sure it's cool. I mean,
that's like the first step of getting into it. You can't
It's
just
the number one
watch it
sport
and
in
love it.
India, right? It's like India, Pakistan.
Yeah.
It's huge in Australia.
Cricket, rugby, all
know
all those sports that you kind of like, whatever. Once you start to learn the rules a little bit, it becomes a really fascinating,
So
cool
there's
sport.
the bowler, that's the thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
batter.
the wicket, right? The wickets,
The
are
wickets
the
are
three.
the things that are holding the little
That's all I know.
things up.
Are you supposed to try to hit the ball as far as you can?
It depends. It depends on what type of batter you are.
If you count it like you would baseball, there's a guy from Australia who his batting average is the greatest in all of like batting history, and it was something like 800 average.
couldn't-
or whatever.
I don't know if that's
Absolutely
good.
insane.
You
It's
can
not
bounce
just-
the ball in on cricket, too, right?
It's not just about hitting it. It's about protecting the wickets.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the outs. And it's like hot box in between. So you and the other guy are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying to score runs.
Yeah, I
The
think I
field
would
is
enjoy
open
it if I knew the
everywhere.
rules.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. So baseball was a medal sport from 92 to 2008 and in 2020. Softball was one from 96 to 2008 and in 2020. The interesting thing about the addition of flag football is that, like you mentioned, there may be NFL players, and now obviously there's the XFL league going on. So same for Major League stars in baseball. Tragically, breakdancing does not return after it did make its debut in Paris in 2024. I mean, it will make its debut in 2024.
Kind of weird, though. They're doing those are intramural sports to me. Like, is kickball eventually going to be an Olympic sport? Dude?
Yes.
I hope so.
Because that'd be rad.
That'd be pretty cool. 26-year-old Jake Paul, 2 first names, who last fought Nate Diaz in August, is preparing to lace up the boxing gloves once again for his next pro bout in mid-December. He said, 8 fights in the boxing game, and I'm already its biggest name. I've proved that I can headline the biggest global events and defy the odds.
He is a draw.
He is a draw. His opponent is not yet known, of course. He did beat Nate by unanimous decision, bringing his record to 7-1. His lone loss was a split decision with Tommy Fury in February, which, by the way, Paul said he wants to do a rematch with Fury, but Tommy just fought on Saturday, and although he didn't take that much damage, it's tough to imagine him turning around in 60 days. We did lose the Pick'em Challenge, 51-47. Scott won for us, though, 11, followed by Rafe with 10, me and Lern at 9, and Rizz with 8. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, one final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. Oh, by the way, Chris Kerber makes his return tomorrow to talk all things blues. All right, we'll be back. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Before we get out of here, got to shout out Junkwiser one more time. King of Junk, the sponsor of Rafe's Head this week. And thank you, Junkwiser, for your generous donation to the Song Society.
That's right. Junkwiser has lots of services they provide. Appliance removal, furniture removal, hot tub removal, garage cleanouts, basement cleanouts, hoarder cleanouts. I would love to be on site for one of those. Demolition or eviction cleanouts. If you need help, call 314-260-7110, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're always open and ready to help, or go to junkwiser.com to book.
And thank you so much for your donation. Moon, podcast is called?
The podcast today, well, it was a big food day because it is National Pasta Day.
Sure is.
So I Will Sauce For You is the podcast title. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Rizzuto Show.
Guys, go forth and sauce today.
I'm going to sauce so
it's
hard
the
later.
day. Oh, my God. I'm already saucing.
I'm
saucing
salsa with
right
you.
now.
Hey, if you're looking for a little sauce for the Rizzuto Show, go to the number 2 show, because it's out today with my special guest, Lern.
And Lern says the dirtiest thing I've ever heard her say before.
No.
What?
Oh, yeah.
It is pretty dirty. But it's
within
really
the first
cute
within
at
the
same...
first 5 minutes. Have you seen it, Moon?
It's actually not dirty at all.
It's
It's not.
Roseanne.
Oh,
Can't listen.
Roseanne Rizzuto cannot
Roseanne
listen. No.
Rizzuto cannot listen.
Roseanne, fast forward past the
I
first
sat and watched it
20
with my
seconds.
wife yesterday on the couch. Just that first. You got to watch this. And she went,
I know.
okay, that's it.
I'm
just going to leave it there.
Okay.
Watch the number 2 show on the YouTubes.
I'm sorry ahead of time.
All right, we got to go. We leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, which is brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. Morgan Eber from Imperial